What's good, everybody? Welcome into another episode of the Power 2 podcast. As always, I'm your host, Jordan, and I'm here with my co-hosts, DJ and Dante, for the first time in 2 weeks. I know you missed the trifecta, the triumvirate, the three-man weave, whatever we want to call it. You missed it. We're back in our back and better than ever in our glory. How are y'all doing today?
I think this is the best week for us to be back, so we can talk about the Natty.
Listen.
I'm thrilled.
I'm good.
I am thrilled.
Oh, there it is. I'm doing good.
Everybody has their hair out today. Nobody's wearing a hat or a do-rag. This is great. And you know
that
why
sounds
I know
like
this and why
respectability
y'all would know
politics.
this? I hate you. You know why I know this? Because there's video available on YouTube. So
Yes,
if
there
you're
is.
listening to this right now, you should go watch it. On
And I
YouTube,
got-
Benefits Sports Network. On YouTube.
And I got a new
Podcast.
computer, so like my quality is gonna be better. You know, it's just
I mean,
you know,
the skin is clear.
I don't know if anyone noticed. I don't know if anyone noticed, but like that little countdown, I wasn't like 3 seconds behind the countdown. When I pressed record, it said 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the right
And then we
the right
started.
number. It wasn't like me like 4 seconds behind. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we
We got
up
our
in
shit together.
2026.
It's
He
up. It's
quadrupled
I'm
his
beautiful.
RAM and everything is moving so
Look.
smooth and quickly.
I ain't never
Not
had a
the
computer
RAM.
like this. I ain't never had a computer like this because
so serious.
I'm poor. Like, I have never spent more than like $400 on a computer, and I can tell because I got $400 worth of computer, and I tried to do the best that I could do, as in like I would always try to get a computer that was on sale. So it's like the computer was really $750 and I got it for
Right.
$400,
Right.
but it was on sale for $400 for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
Yes.
I opened this computer. I said,
Oh.
this is what a computer is supposed to be. And I love technology. I just don't have money. I just never had money in school. Like, I couldn't buy an expensive ass computer. Like, I was using my refunds for rent and shit. Like, I wasn't buying
That's what's
$1,000.
expected.
You know?
I'm getting really sad because my gaming computer is like old now, and I'm like actually having like problems like accepting that it's old because I bought it in 2020, which is like not that long
it's
ago,
time.
but I guess that's
It's time.
I mean, in
It's
computer
time to
time,
make
it's
some.
fucking.
It's time to make a
82
few
years old.
upgrades,
So
and you better do it now this year and do it now.
the technology is getting
because you
expensive,
won't
and I
be
think
able to afford it.
exactly, and I think,
Yeah.
and I couldn't afford this computer. I got it with the Stimmy, so I was just like,
Hey.
fuck, like. I was playing, and I can still play the games that I want to play on my computer, but the newer games that are coming out that I want to play on my computer, because yes, PC gaming is still live, people. And the PC games are getting very sophisticated, might I add. Okay, they actually require real skills. Anyway, the games that are coming out, unfortunately, I can't play on my processor because I have a Ryzen 5, and I believe it's now up to like 11. So, yeah. I know.
Yo.
I know.
She's
but it was
playing
the
on a
newest, hottest thing when I got
PlayStation
it.
4. Jordan, she's playing on
Thank
PlayStation
you,
4.
because I was.
That's what she's
Thank you, because did you see my eyes gloss over? I can count from 5 to 11, but I was not understanding. Thank you for like.
She has
Damn.
the processing power of a regular 4, not a Pro.
Oh, regular
Not even
PlayStation.
regular
It might be a
Pro.
PlayStation 2.
Nah, it's stronger than that.
It's definitely a 4. It's definitely a 4.
It's
Yeah.
a 4. It's a 4.
What I'm saying is, like, the processor is good for like what we're doing and podcasting and all of that. But the newer
But, like,
game that I want to play
yeah.
right now is called Enzoy. It's like a competitor to The Sims. I
Yeah,
literally can't play it.
your PC. Would
I
be
literally can't play it.
Imagine
Like, now
her
that
You
the
played on a
technology
PS.
is down.
You
Yeah.
playing on a PS4 and the PS6 about to come out? That's tragic.
Okay, so anyway, we're not even in the last 2-minute report yet. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm good. How are you, Dante? I haven't seen you in forever. How's it going? With your Mamba t-shirt on.
Yeah, you know, it fits all nice and stuff. I'm doing good. I've had to go to the
Screaming, Dante, I don't fit
Whoa,
you.
not that tight, not that tight. But I had
Like, what do you mean
I
it
had
fits?
to I had to go to the doctor to figure out what was going on with my shoulder and back. And
Listen,
But-
hey.
Both of y'all with your shoulders and your
Hey.
back problems.
but
Listen,
the pain
listen.
though has come down.
Hold on.
The pain has subsided a little bit, so
That's
we're
good.
gonna start PG.
I love
soon.
that. Okay.
Oh, you guys are both going to
before
pizza. You niggas is
hold on,
old.
DJ. Wait, relax. I need you to understand, DJ. Did you see the videos where it was like, what did men do at recess?
No.
Did you see? You didn't see those videos?
No.
Okay, so there, I have to send it to you. I almost want to pause the podcast so you can watch it. But anyway, there's like, anyway, you'll get it because you've seen Sports Edit. Think of any Ray Lewis Sports Edit, okay? The music, the vibes, him killing people, okay?
Yeah.
Right? So basically, it was like a trend on TikTok where this girl was like, girls at recess was playing bubblegum in a dish, started whatever, what were men doing? And a bunch of men were basically like, we were going to war. Like, and so they would put up like clips like of like Ray Lewis, of Ed Reed,
Ryan
of like
Clark.
old football players, right? Just like killing people because that's what we were doing on the playground.
That was what y'all were doing. That's true, yes.
I bring this up to say, me and Dante played high school football in Ohio.
Yes.
That's all you gotta say.
Your shoulders are
that's
supposed to be
all you gotta
fucked up.
say.
Yes.
Yes. Like
That's probably yes.
People hate on Ohio, and they don't understand that we're one of the meccas of football. But like football fucking started in Ohio. That's especially in Northeast Ohio, where we're from, dog. So that's why
First of all,
we still
black
have
people don't
issues
have no
because
business being from Ohio, but I'm not finna start.
well, it's called the Great Migration. What we're not going to
So
do
then
this
I'm
today.
still correct. Black people do not have no business being from Ohio.
Well,
Ohio
historically, there is a reason we ran away from the fucking South, and the way y'all acting politically, although Ohio's not no better no more.
I was about to say.
We still got a little bit more money.
The major cities.
We still got a little bit more money than a
I
lot
had
of the
to
places in the
research the
South.
sundown towns that I was driving through on my way to your wedding. Okay, so there's some room to grow in Ohio.
Oh, you're in Texas. Don't say shit. Your governor leaves every time it gets cold.
I know.
I was about to say
he's a senator, and I'm
He
speaking.
definitely just left today too. Like that was today.
I know. I saw it. I'm like, I'm
That's what I
speaking
was
because I know. I
And
know.
I was like, this,
racism.
and
I
then
grew
what
up
pissed
with
me
it.
off?
Like,
What pissed me off is like, you broke bitch. Why are you sitting in fucking company or whatever with the common folk? If you go leave in style. That's how I look at it. Like if you gonna be a dickhead and be comfortable about it. Like what are we doing?
Look,
Want to be like a regular version?
To your point of recognizing good old fashioned racism, they don't get it in New York. They really just don't. It's just different. So I have to keep telling people that Ohio is as south as you can get in the north. Like I'm not saying we're the deep south. Don't get me wrong, we're not. But like people don't understand that everybody, and including the white people, everyone from Ohio is from the south. And I don't mean like great grandparents. I mean their grandma or their parent was born in the South and moved to Ohio. It is not no generations removed. So it's like everyone I know, like family reunions in the South, still got cousins in Mississippi and Arkansas and Alabama and all that stuff. So everyone's surprised when I'm like, Ohio politically and structurally is aligned with the South. It's like it's not as bad as the Deep South per se, but Ohio is much closer to Alabama than it is Nebraska. Like I know we're in the Midwest, but like we are not like socially the Midwest. Like,
I mean, I think that I would argue that the Midwest is just as bad as the South. It's just packaged differently. So that's why I'm just kind of like, first of all, America sucks.
Well,
let's get into our first
welcome
topic.
because this is
welcome
supposed to be a
to
sports
podcast. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Like,
welcome to the Power 2 podcast where we talk about sports because America sucks and we all need something to cope.
We need something to cope. Although I do think we're getting to a point where we need to start protesting at the sporting events, but we'll get into that in a moment.
Well, okay, so we have some news. We have some things that are happening, and this is
yes.
Let's introduce it, and then I want to give a quick thought before we give our real thoughts. There's a new 6-part Saban documentary coming out. It looks amazing.
I'm sorry.
Now we're going to take the quick pause for my one thought that's not actually about the documentary. I'm glad that it's just now coming out now. Is anyone else mad? Does anyone else get mad at the fact that they be dropping documentaries when shit's still like literally?
Yes.
If you're a fan of true crime, they be dropping true crime documentaries before the case is over. At the end of the documentary, they be like, "He's still on trial." What the fuck? So what's the documentary for?
Why not watch this whole thing if there's no conclusion?
Like I'm also glad everyone was like, "Oh, where's the LeBron documentary?" He's still fucking playing.
Please, no.
Please. If it is not a 30 for 30, if it is not a 30 for 30, like 30 for 30s are moments in time. 30 for 30s are moments in time. I can't wait for the 30 for 30
Not
of
really,
Indiana.
but yeah.
But like
Kinda.
documentaries, like give it some time, give it some space. Like, granted, it was Michael Jordan's fault, but his shit came out 20 years later. Derek Jeter's documentary. That's his nigga retired in the fucking his shit came out.
He retired
super,
in
he had control
03.
over it.
He retired in 03 and it dropped in 2020. Yeah.
Well, I know,
Yeah.
but when you said
20 years
it's his
ago.
fault, I'm saying like.
Oh no,
delayed
yeah. So
Yeah,
when
it
they
was.
asked him
He delayed
when they
it.
asked him to record, he said the only way you can record and have this access is if I control when it comes out and what's in it, which is why the documentary was such a it's a Jordan documentary, but it's why it's such a heavy lean. Like, for example, they didn't talk about the fact that he went gambling and had a fucking shit game. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, but like Derek Jeter's documentary came out like multiple years after, like. So that was
The
my
AI
thing.
one
We can
just
talk
came out
about
this last year, so
right. Let the shit breathe a little bit. I'm so tired of documentaries coming out like immediately or before it's even over. So that was my half thought. Now we can actually talk about saving the documentary. But like,
I will say, to what your point is, most sports documentaries usually do take a minute before they come out. I will have to push back on that a little bit. When it's a sports documentary on a certain person, it's usually after. At least from my perspective,
the Michigan one came out while they were still cheating.
Yeah. So, but we're all right. Sports ones typically take longer. My main complaint is really like the true crime ones and stuff like that. Like they don't even be waiting for those anymore. They be dropping those before people's arrested. Like, what are we talking about?
Before they even got there.
But Dante's right that a lot of the sports documentaries do typically wait, but there are some who like way too soon after. Like the Connor Stallions one. That shit wasn't even resolved yet. Like, and there was a documentary. And I want to be clear for the people. I think it's different if you do it intentionally, where it's like the quarterback series or like what they did for the Olympics, where you're like recording
in real time
while it's But even that, the Olympics was over. It came out a year later. Like, that stuff still sort of takes time. Like, I just wanted to say is I'm glad that they let him retire. They let him do his 2 years out or whatever. Some things happened.
Oh, it's only been 2 years?
It came out. I think it's been 2 years.
He's been retired for 2 years.
It's been 2 years. 2 seasons,
So the Nick Saban documentary is coming out. They just announced it on Monday. They don't have a schedule for it yet. It is 6 parts, like we said. It's featuring over 30 hours of interviews and more than 80 interviews with people in his space. And so this is really very, very comprehensive. And that's the type of documentaries that I love to watch, is that I like documentaries that are more reflective than in real time. Like, I liked the way that, why can't I think of the name of MJ's documentary?
The Last Dance or some shit?
Last Dance. I was like, why can't I think? I liked the way that The Last Dance was like lengthy and it was extremely reflective, and he's talking about these moments like almost like as if like they were happening right then, but he still has so much reflection on like how he felt
because he had time
moments.
To think about it. Yeah,
obviously, but I think I have always liked a documentary where if you can give me a little bit of both, if you can give me like what it was like actually in those rooms at the time when they won that first championship versus the 7th one, but also like giving us the narrative of like where he was at coaching, all that. I'm obsessed. I love it. I like just watching people tell their own narratives. I don't know if you guys have watched the Stuart Scott 30 for 30 yet. I watched it over the holiday break. I was in tears. I'm not saying that you'll be in tears, but I was very heavily inspired by him, even more than I realized until I watched the documentary. I'm very heavily inspired by who he is and what he brought to the broadcast space, because like he basically was the first black guy that acted like a black guy on TV. Like, that is kind of what Stuart Scott is known for. But what's really cool is that like he was basically making his own documentary about himself. So a lot of his documentary is actually him telling his own narrative, because he literally started vlogging before vlogging was even like a real thing. Like, he just took camcorders with him everywhere and was always narrating his own life. And so even though he's dead, like the way that they were able to edit the documentary, it feels like he's talking to you. And that's what I really love. And that's probably why I cried. But yeah, I just love a documentary where it's more reflective and less like in real time. They're both interesting, but I'm really excited. I also think like at the end of the day, Nick Saban is one of the most brilliant minds in the history of college football, and I don't think it's a mistake that the 4 final teams in the playoff this year were all his previous assistants. Like, I don't think it's a mistake in the sense that the coaching quality is there for some of them. I don't think that's a mistake. I don't think that's a mistake. Why are we being dramatic?
Because there's a lot of shitty coaches off that tree. Like,
I didn't say every coach off of Nick Saban's tree was good.
I didn't say you said. First of all, I know what she said. I'm just saying.
You can't ever let me get
I
a thought
think
off.
that
I'm
shit.
done.
Because I was
You
like,
got
what's
your
the
whole thought
pushback?
off.
I was gonna say, what's the pushback? I mean,
because this nigga never wants me to say nothing. He always got to disagree with everything I got to say. I'm done. Go ahead.
I will say a good documentary on the way y'all said, like the ones y'all like, is that Vince McMahon one on Netflix. Even though it's not technically finished, but yeah, it was good. If you hate Vince McMahon, or if you don't know why you should hate Vince McMahon, go ahead and watch it.
Screaming, he was like,
"Oh, so serious."
Looking for a reason.
So serious.
I'm screaming.
It's really in depth on how out of touch Vince McMahon is with himself and the reality of what's going on. Oh, I'm so serious. He truly thinks Vince McMahon, the character, is what he's been doing this whole time. Where everybody else around him is like, no, that's just him. That's him. Yeah, he's playing a character, but that is the boss. That's him. It's really insightful on the fact that he doesn't even see it, and you can genuinely see that he doesn't see it. He believes two different people. He definitely believes it. You can see it in his eyes. He doesn't think he's that man.
We might need to do the same testing that they're doing on Donald Trump over at the White House, because that's not.
No, he's always thought that.
Need to do that.
He's always thought that. It's just a character. What I portray on TV is a character.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it's him.
But everybody else are like, this is actually his personality.
That's him. It's him.
That's hilarious. Great. But yes, I'm excited about the Saban documentary. I was thrilled. I think the first thing I did when I saw it was send it to Jordan. I was like, oh my god, look.
Yeah.
So
I'm very excited. I can't wait to see him like yell at people.
I know. I can't wait to see them.
It's cut. Run around again.
And I can't wait to see the
locker room. It's everybody in the flash.
I'm so glad that this is coming out when this is coming out, because I hate to defend people, especially white men, but I think, especially the sports media, which this is something we can talk about in a later episode. Sports media is way too
biased,
reactionary.
Oh yes.
And so all of the conversations around did Indiana ruin the sport in a positive way? Did they break the sport? Should everyone try to be like Indiana? But then for me, the most disingenuous one is Kurt Signetti the greatest coach of all time? And it's like, my brother in Christ, Nick Saban exists. Listen, and here's the thing. We can talk about how good this is. We can talk about that there are maybe only 2 or 3 coaches. We could even say that Kurt Signetti is the only coach that could turn around Indiana. But so much of what happened at Indiana wasn't just Signetti. And also, we don't know that Saban couldn't do that because we don't have to do this conjecture.
We don't have a use case. Yeah.
And the thing is, listen, and this is, I have to always qualify this because people hear you say anything and they automatically think it's criticism or negative.
Yeah, just
if I remember correctly,
what I was talking about.
No, you just got sensitive because you got mad at
what
me.
I said was still valid.
I didn't say it wasn't valid. I'm not allowed to.
You reacted like I said something crazy, bro. Go
I
ahead.
reacted like I disagreed.
Go ahead with what you're saying.
See, look at you. Don't be like that today.
I'm being like that.
Well, do what you want to.
Exactly. So go ahead.
Anyways, niggas want to be sensitive today. Niggas act like when you say something or you disagree or whatever, you're being an asshole and you think someone is the worst thing in the world. If I remember correctly, I don't think Kirk Signetti has won a championship before. He was a very successful coach, but I don't think he actually won a championship at the other levels.
As a head coach, no.
Right, so that's the other thing.
Yeah.
How can you say he's Nick Saban when he wasn't winning national championships at the other levels that he was in? So, my thing is, Kirk Signetti is a good coach, yes. Kirk Signetti has won everywhere he's been, yes. It's also true that Kirk Signetti's 65, and this is his first national championship at any level. So, I'm glad that the documentary is coming out now, so we can sort of, calm down some of the, you are not disrespecting Kirk Cignetti.
Okay, yes.
You are not disrespecting Kirk Cignetti by saying he's not the greatest coach of all time. But we don't have to call him that because of this. We can just celebrate what he did at Indiana without trying to make him the greatest coach of all time.
But I think in general, like, sports media is less fun if it's not as dramatic as it is. Like, I think we've gotten to a point where like sports media is meant to be polarizing because now we're having these conversations. I think that they are just dramatic also just in general. Like, I don't see how Josh Allen stinks up the game that he stunk up the other day and y'all are still like, oh, we have to feel bad for him though. Like,
and we're only talking about CJ Stroud in his third year, who hasn't won the MVP and hasn't got knocked out the playoffs like 7 times.
This many times. 0-7 in overtime is Josh Allen's record, not CJ Stroud's. But anyway, so I think that sports media in general, I think is just meant to be dramatic. But I'm glad that
it's
this documentary is coming out now too.
It's become,
but I think it's
into a more dramatic, hot take type of.
It's very clickbaity now. Yeah, it's just.
And my thing is and we're all, we're not old yet. I'm gonna stop saying that, but we all can remember a time when you had your clickbaity people and shows, and then you had like real journalism, and now all of the journalism is clickbaity, and it's just like there's nothing that's just like normal or just regular. Like, we can't just say that this is one of the greatest stories of college football ever, that Kirk Cignetti is a good coach and we love that happened, and just leave it at that. We have to go like, is he the greatest of all time? Could Nick Saban could do this? Could that? It's just like, just relax, because then, and listen, I don't think this is gonna happen. But what happens if they win 6 games next year? Which is fine, because they could be good the year after that. Like, we just have to stop living in this. So I just like that this was happening at the time when, like, 2 years ago Nick Saban was the best thing that ever happened, and 2 years later now they're trying to dethrone him already. Like, we forgot what he did. So,
although I will say I don't think it's necessarily coming out at this time for that reason.
Oh, it's not. I just like the timing.
The timing. Yeah. Like, that's what I'm like. I'm sure it's just coming out at this time because I would hate to sort through 30 hours of interviews and 80 people. They got to sort through. So they were like, let's wait and let some dust settle. Hopefully he don't have no sexual assault cases pending. And now let's go ahead and put it out before some stuff before some shit goes down. Like, he gets senile or something, and now we all hate him. Let's get the timing right. But
my word,
I'm just being. We have to keep it real. But shout out to Nick Saban, ESPN. Also, another documentary plug if you haven't watched it. Taurasi is fantastic, and it's on.
I've not watched that one yet.
And it's Diana Taurasi's. It's a quick watch. You can literally get it done tonight. It's like an hour and a half. It's 3 episodes, but they're like 30-40 minutes each. And she is also telling her own narrative, which I'm a big fan of. Like, there's a lot of just her sitting there talking to you and saying, like, this is what happened and this is how I felt when I lost that championship and like all of that, and it's thebomb.com. So
yeah, I can't wait. Like, we need a D-Wade documentary that's hopefully better than that fucking statue.
Wait for that. I am waiting for a D-Wade documentary. Apparently he's one of the chairs of the WNBA All-Star Weekend for 2027.
Interesting.
So
it's in Chicago, so that makes sense.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
that
so he's thrilled about it.
Both All-Star weekends stink to me. So
the men's All-Star weekend, I am so sorry. This is not one of the topics, but I just have to get this off my chest. Like, what am I supposed to watch if there's no dunk contest? Like, what am I watching? I'm not about to watch these niggas run up and down the court and take
the
logo
3-point
threes all night.
The 3-point contest is has taken over the excitement from the dunk contest.
I don't want to watch Steph win it again.
He's not.
I don't want to watch Steph set another record and win it again. I don't. No disrespect to Steph, but like, and I damn sure don't want to watch him and Sabrina Ionescu go against each other like they tried to do a couple years ago. Please kill that. Like, no. And I don't want Caitlin Clark doing it either. Like, please don't bring no WNBA bitches now because y'all all of a sudden don't have nobody watching the All-Star game.
They've always been in the All-Star game.
You know what I want to see?
They've always been a part of All-Star weekend.
But you know that it was the vibes were a little different in these last couple years regarding their participation. That's more so what I'm getting at. Because, like, yes, they've always been tangentially involved, but now it's
okay, big word. What? That education coming out.
They've always been, like,
she used
there and around, but I feel like after these last couple years has been very like, I mean, it was a whole thing that they tried to say Caitlin Clark was ruining All-Star Weekend because she wasn't participating. I remember talking about that on this show. Like, have you people lost your fucking mind? NBA All-Star because of them niggas.
Want to see WNBA players versus fans one-on-one. Until niggas stop thinking they can beat WNBA players at WNBA All-Star. I want to see the one-on-one versus fans. Find them on Twitter. Invite them. Full ticket.
Imagine the parlays, dog. Imagine the parlays.
I want to see it. Until
that was
I know, but I want it officially sanctioned by the W or Unrivaled. You can even give it to me in 3-and-3 format.
No.
Please, that would be so funny. That would make All-Star Weekend.
Because I know people are gonna put in the craziest legs. I know they would put in the craziest bets. And
this nigga over here talking about parlays.
I'm telling you, people would
on the women's side. Because the girls can dunk. It's just not all of them, and they don't always dunk in game, but they can dunk. I feel like there should be a dunk contest on the women's side to show that there's actual ability to dunk, because I think these niggas really think that they can't, and a lot of them just don't. That's two different things. But
not to be disrespectful, they can dunk. Can they do performance dunks? That's the problem with the dunk contest now. Is that
as it is now,
which is why I'm saying dunks aren't there anymore. That's what I'm saying. Can they do things?
Yeah.
Can they glide in the air? Things like that. Okay. Because that's what some brings of them can, yes, but at the end of the day, that's not a part of the women's game. So that's why people are like, well, they can't dunk. No, it's just not a part of the women's game. The women's game is not really structured in a way where dunking is as easy as it is on the men's side, because it's not spaced out the same way.
I also think it's it is true that it is more recent, the number of people that can dunk. There is some of that being there's some of that being and Brittany Griner not that old. Some of that is just the evolution of the sport as well.
Is she 34?
So it's
and the girls are just bigger. The girls are just getting taller.
Brittany Griner might be 34.
That's still Dante. Yeah. You're 31. That's
an old basketball player. That's an old basketball player. That's an old basketball player. Let's stop doing that. That is an old basketball player.
I'm not talking about in basketball years. What I'm saying is to say it used to only be Brittany Griner. That wasn't that many years ago.
Yeah.
It's not like you said that used to only be Tina Charles. No. I'm saying if we're talking about Brittany Griner being the cutoff of when it started to change, that wasn't that long ago. That's all I'm saying.
No,
it's a recent change. It's all
And I think the dunk contest can still be different. I think even with that, on the women's side, I don't necessarily think it has to be the performance ones. I think it could just be more of a ability competition rather than a performance competition, if that makes sense. So
that's be hard to
showing the ability and that you actually can do it and that you actually do have the hops, less about putting the ball under your legs as you jump over the mascot. It would be probably structured differently, obviously, but I'm just saying I would love to have the conversation that the ability is just not there, because that's not true. They just don't do it in game a lot of the time, which is also fine. There's a lot of niggas who now don't do it in game, but we know they can do it. John Moran been talking about the last 2 years he's gonna stop dunking.
And I will say he's been slandered. He's been slandered ever since saying that dumb shit.
Ever since he said it, but it's also he's not wrong.
Because you can't shoot. So
that I agree with. Now you need to pick a strength. So because if you're not dunking, what are you doing?
I'm just saying
you do have to do.
If you're not dunking, I'll say it like this: if you're not dunking, you can't shoot, and you refuse to participate in the dunk contest. What are you good for me?
Why are we here?
Guard?
Yes, I agree.
What are you
good for? If you can't attack the basket and you refuse to upgrade, because again, you've been in the league. It's been 6 years now. You still can't shoot.
I think it's crazy that they were
crowned. He can shoot though.
Okay.
He can.
Okay. Alright, he just wanted a clippable moment. He just wanted a clippable moment.
I want to go on with what I was saying, because that's insane. what I was about to say was, I think it's just so interesting that when he was drafted and when Zion was drafted, like, they were really like the crown princes of the league, and like, look how both of these situations turned out.
A very disappointing
I would just like
class.
to say, me and
LaMelo
Dante
Ball
was right
is in that
about
draft
Zion.
class. LaMelo Ball was
He
in
was,
that draft class.
yes.
It's
Yes.
a very disappointing draft class. Just have to
I would just like to say, me and Dante were right about that draft class.
I was right too. I was not drinking the Kool-Aid.
We
at all.
weren't actively doing
I
a show
thought-
at that point, but
I
I also
thought
believe that she
Ja.
wasn't
I thought
fucking
Ja would be okay. I didn't.
I
Think,
thought Ja would be fine too.
I
think
didn't
that Ja
think his
is fine.
career would
It's just
derail
PR
because
sucks.
of outside. Yeah, I didn't think his career would derail because of outside noise, but I did fear that he would be immature, wouldn't be mature enough to mature his game. And so far, that is shown because he's had injuries. The one thing about Zion's game not being able to get better is because he's had injuries, so he's still doing that, getting back to what he once was before he could get better. Ja, you really haven't been injured like that, and you haven't gotten better. Same thing with Trae Young and Luka Doncic and some other players that are out there. Because Luka, while you can still score 40 a night, you look at worse and worse on defense as the years go by.
And it's only
getting
gonna get
out.
worse. What it's, but see, that's
And it did nothing for his defense. It did nothing.
When we get to when we get to full like basketball season, we have so many things to talk about. I can't wait until we get to talk about old man basketball again, because it is my biggest thing, and I think it's why I don't watch basketball as much anymore. First of all, this is the 3-man weave. They not running the 3-man weave in practice no more.
They are not practicing.
All their fucking practices are just one-on-one dribbling around chairs with their personal trainers and shit. They don't practice fundamentals. They don't practice at all. Like, it's just like, yeah, and it shows in the game, bro.
It does. That much, but it definitely shows.
I think it's also, people have been saying this, y'all have been saying this, and I think it's okay to say, like, I think there's a level where you are just making too much money. Like, you're just making too much money and you don't care, and you know that you're going to play probably 100 games or whatever, and so you take half the season off, basically.
You make $50 million a year and you don't know how to drop step.
I'll say this.
Literally. Because they don't have to learn.
It's that because they're being rewarded with their mediocre play way too early. Like, some players are coming out already have shoe deals and stuff like that. So there's that, and then the other side of making too much money is now the owners and the GMs are like, well, we just gave this man $500 million. I don't want him getting hurt during this 3-year, 4-year.
So I'm a load manager.
Yeah, but all that's doing is doing exactly what you're afraid of. It's creating injuries.
And now he's getting injured because he's not playing enough.
Then now we have a new CBA where it's like, oh, we need a second tax bracket because I don't know if we should be giving all these players big ass contracts. We should have known that. You should have known that from the jump. There was no reason to give Michael Chandler Parsons the contract he got. There's Lil Dan.
Now we don't know which Parsons.
We might be there with Micah. Might be there with Micah, but Chandler Parsons.
Micah's fine, but Chandler, that nigga.
If you want to talk about Micah.
I bet Chandler Parsons. He's
we have to save some things for the offseason. Anyways,
we have plenty to talk about. Please, there's going to be news every day.
Cam Newton was not a first ballot college football Hall of Famer. And I want to emphasize college football because I did not notice that when I first commented on it.
Yeah, you was pissed. You was like, no, fuck that nigga. He don't need to be in nobody's Hall of Fame. He ain't shit. He ain't even play long enough. He got 2 kids. I was like,
that is not, first of all, lies. I did not say half of that.
He said that nigga trash. I hate his hair. Why he keep wearing them ugly, goofy ass hats?
Well, all of that is true, but I feel like you're saying this about yourself. like this was you. This wasn't me.
That hair and hat combo that came from here, didn't it?
Yeah,
that was personal. I do hate those hats. I'm not gonna lie. That was a personal comment. I also just hate when he talks, and they keep giving him a platform. But I just like that Lauren London interview. I don't know if y'all saw that.
I saw enough of it. I don't watch him speak. I don't watch him.
I try to avoid him speaking. It just keeps coming to my For You page.
Why would I want to listen to him interview Lauren London? Why would I want to not know?
Sorry. Anyways,
I waste my time
with other
stuff.
For our 2-minute drill, we're discussing the fact that Cam Newton, whether or not he should be a first ballot entry into the College Football Hall of Fame, because they just released whoever they selected. So I'm gonna look that up while Jordan gets his thoughts off.
So here's the thing. I understand the argument of why, right? He engineered one of the greatest single seasons of all time. He came from nowhere, literally a backup, and went undefeated with Auburn. And he had a great year. He won the Heisman, I'm pretty sure. He wins the national championship. He gets drafted number one or very high or whatever. So I understand the argument for it. And I hate to be the like but guy sometimes, but it's just like the College Football Hall of Fame is not like other ones. If we just talk about FBS, not just all of it, just like Division One, there's 135 teams, and then each team has 100 players. There are so many people who are eligible for this Hall of Fame that I don't, and I wish I would have looked this up before because I would like to see the other first ballot Hall of Famers. I just don't think that's typical. Like, and so I get it for Cam, but I just don't think it's typical. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a lot more of them, and then I would have to take this back. But I just don't think first ballot happens a lot because there's just so many of them. And the reason why I say that is on the Ohio State side, he's not a quarterback, so it's whatever. But there's a guy who arguably did more in his career. James Laurinaitis. He's a 3-time All-American. He won Defensive Player of the Year twice in the Big Ten. He won the Buckets Award, which is the award for the best defensive player in the nation. And it took him like 5 times to get in. Cam had one amazing season. Don't get me wrong, but we're talking about a guy who had 3 years of production as one of, if not the best linebacker in the country for 3 straight seasons, and it took him like 5 years to get in. I just think the College Football Hall of Fame, there's too many people. And again, if someone responds to this or we look it up and realize that there are a lot of first ballot Hall of Famers, then I'll take it back. But I just don't think that happens a lot in college, and I don't think it carries the same weight as it does in the NFL, because there are people who are going to get into the NFL Hall of Fame who don't get into the College Hall of Fame because they weren't good until they got. Like Josh Allen is probably going to be in the NFL Hall of Fame, right? Potentially, he's not getting into the College Hall of Fame. Eli Manning's not getting into the College Hall of Fame. Wyoming or something. So it's just different. I get it, but it's just different, and I fear people are viewing it in the lens of the NFL, and they don't fully understand. Again, simple math. Every year, 100 people from 135 different teams graduates. It's just, the numbers are insane. Just to get into the College Football Hall of Fame, it should just be an honor in itself. But
I just want to
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I want to make sure, because now that you explained yourself, I get what you mean, and it makes perfect sense. He will be a college Hall of Famer. It's just gonna take some time due to how many people have played. I want to make sure that the same rhetoric and the thought process when Joe Burrow comes up. Like players like that.
Yes, because he also had only 1 year.
He only had 1 year. He only had 1 year, and it was a great year.
Joe Burrow only played 1 year of college football.
No,
just about.
Just a great year.
One good year, because he did the Heisman championship.
He started for 2 years. He started the full year before that. He just wasn't that good.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant he only played 1 year, and I was like, huh? Okay,
no,
sorry.
He only started. So it'd be like this. So, unfortunately, I would pick somebody like Johnny Manziel in the College Football Hall of Fame before Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Because Johnny had more of a collective,
complete
career in college football than Cam Newton did. I do think Cam Newton does make one. I just, like I said, I want to see what this thought process is when it comes to someone like Joe Burrow, which they're comparable in that sense, where it's just one great year and you finish it off and you get drafted and stuff like that. Because now that Jordan brings it up, yeah, you're right. It's hard to be a first. In that case, it should be hard to be a first ballot, just because of how many people there are.
Yeah, like Mark Ingram, he wasn't first ballot because he does that podcast with Urban Meyer, and he wanted to go in at the same time as Urban because they're friends now, and he didn't get in the year that Urban got in. And I'm not sure if he got in this year. I think he got in. Either way, he got in.
He is in this year.
So
I'm about to read the list. Yes.
Okay.
So the players are as follows. Some of them before our time. Okay. Jerry Azuma, Keyana Carter, Bruce Colley, George Cumbie, Aaron Donald, Marvin Harrison, Garrison Hurst, Chris Hudson, Mark Ingram, Olin Kreutz, James the one who you just mentioned. Laurinaitis, Jordan Lynch, Herman Moore, Terrence Newman, Bob Novogratz, which he is very much before our time, 1957. This is a name that I cannot say, but he was a defensive tackle at Nebraska between 2006 and 2009. Yep.
As soon as you say a name I can't say, I knew who it was. Like, fucking Ndamukong Suh is a fucking stud.
You did.
And that's crazy because I think this might be his third time, right?
Yeah, he's definitely not first ballot. Ndamukong Suh is one of the most dominant college defensive players of all time.
Yeah. Like, see how he knew exactly who it was? Peter Warwick,
because he also said Nebraska.
That's it. Eric Weddle. Wow. Those are the players. It says that Ingram and Warwick won national championships at Alabama and Florida State, while all but 4 players secured at least one conference title, and numerous inductees obviously had prolific careers. And numerous of them had great careers in their college days. 10 of them were selected in the first round of the NFL draft. The coaches are as follows: Jim Margraf from Johns Hopkins from 1990 to 2018, Gary Patterson from TCU from 2000 to 2021, Chris Peterson from Boise State from 06 to 13, and Washington from 2014 to 2019, and Ken Sparks for Carson Newman from 1980 to 2016. His record was 338, 99, and 2, which I just personally am impressed to have a 77% winning record.
Sheesh.
In, what is that, 40 years? No, 30 years?
Sheesh.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's pretty much it. They talk about kind of why the coaches got in. But yes, Mark Ingram is in now officially. And this got announced like last week.
Yeah. So, listen, Cam's going to get in. He's a Heisman winner. I'm pretty sure it's one of those things where anyone who wins the Heisman gets in because of the fucking Heisman. And on top of the Heisman, he does deserve it, right? I just think that I hate to be the bearer of bad news or whatever. It's just hard. Like, I pulled it up just to look at it. They were picking between 80 people. Like, there are 80 finalists.
Yeah.
Oh,
you gotta narrow it down. Like, you just have to. Like, it just is what it is. And not being first ballot doesn't mean that you suck. It just means that, like...
Right.
We're also working on some of the people who have been in the queue for longer than you have as well, because to your point, you're picking from a larger pool of players in general for the College Football Hall of Fame than you are for NFL or other whatever. Like, obviously, the higher up in level
how long
you
did it take for Vince Young to get in there? Like,
yeah. So it's like when you are in line behind a nigga who was doing great in 1957, like, you just gonna have to wait. Like, you're just gonna have to wait. There's some guys who are in this class that were from the 90s, the 70s, and the 50s. So it's going to be a minute before we get to, because he was in college, 2008 to 2012. Did I just make that up? Maybe a little bit before
if it's not exactly that, it's pretty close.
Oh, look at me. I have my shit together. So I'm like, we're talking about niggas from the 50s right now still. It's going to take, I don't think that's a nigga, because black people weren't allowed to play football then. But you know what I mean.
Like, James Laurinaitis was at Ohio State in 2004.
Yeah. It says
it's 2026. He just got in.
Whatever, yeah. So it's gonna take some time, but I whether or not Cam Newton deserves to be in it is a conversation we're not entertaining.
Yeah, like, no, absolutely not. I think, and it's just for me. For me, it's just one of those false equivalents. We understand first ballot in the NFL, and so we expect all Hall of Fames to work that way, and they just can't. They just can't. But he's gonna get in. And to Dante's point, if we're still doing this podcast, we'll talk about it. And if we're not still doing this podcast, we'll text about it. If in 15 fucking years, if Joe Burrow is a first ballot Hall of Famer, we're gonna have an issue because he shouldn't be either. Like it's just not. I just don't think it's how the sport works.
Yep. I guess we could get on to this Natty.
Yeah, you know who is gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Motherfucking Fernando Mendoza.
Well, no, but the Indiana Hoosiers football team. I don't think they do that.
Not Fernando.
I think it's only. Well, he is going to go into Hall of Fame now because I think all the Heisman winners do it. I think it's only the UFC. Well, I was just guessing. I don't know for sure. I just imagine they do. I think it's only the UFC that like puts like fights or like things in the Hall of Fame, not
WWE.
Just like experiences.
WWE.
WWE does it too.
Yeah,
but if
fight of the year and shit like that.
Yeah, okay. So if they did that in college football, this IU team would be in the Hall of Fame
The
as a
whole team.
collective.
Like the dream
as
team
like
they put in
this
basketball, they
season,
just
yeah, would be
put the whole
in,
team.
in the Hall of Fame. And if
I
they
agree.
don't do that, I feel like they should make this the first team to do it because I think this season was fucking worthy of it.
They gonna be
But
in that
Indiana
Ring of
wins the
Honor
national
tomorrow.
championship.
I agree.
Oh, listen, like
What?
fuck waiting for it. Like that should
Ring
be
of
the
Honor?
Ring of Honor should be up immediately. Like we don't. Yeah.
They've never won one for that sport. Might as well.
Yeah, oh, God, bro. That like you can't wear it out, but they're going to wear it out. 1 year, 5 year, 10 year, 15, 20, 30. Like any time they can bring them on campus, like, and I love it for them. This is so like this is one of the things where I feel like I come on this podcast and you both agree with me. I come on this podcast and I say all the time, college football is a great sport. College football is fun because these stories matter and the people matter. And it's not just about the national championship, although that does matter, but there are just things that happen in this sport that can't happen in other places. Yes, we're talking about the Natty. Indiana was literally the losingest program in college football history.
In the
In
history.
2 years, they won a national championship. That is a story that, like, you just don't expect to ever happen, and you
repeat
definitely
over
don't
and
expect
over.
it to happen in your lifetime.
Yeah.
And I think it's just what makes the sport so cool. And I don't think it can be replicated in other sports. Like, the Cavs winning a championship was great. It was amazing. It was historic. It didn't give this feeling. Like
Yeah.
if the Browns win a Super Bowl, you think it did?
I was there.
Dante was like, I beg to differ. As a basketball fan, I was in tears.
Not even that. Not even that. As a person
I mean,
from
and
Cleveland, and
Yes,
to be
yes,
there,
yes, you're right.
bruh, yeah, it did. Yeah,
Jordan.
it did.
He's like, never mind.
I was there too. I don't feel like it gave like this, but maybe I'm just misremembering it. Maybe I'm bullshitting. But either way, let's just
I mean,
we're
when
gonna
the
go on the same
Mavericks
level.
won the
But,
championship, like, that was the best feeling ever. So, like,
It's just like, yeah, it's
and
just
we
like
will never do it again, probably.
yeah, it's just like they're just things that just don't come around, or you just don't ever expect to happen. And I guess the reason, and maybe I worded it wrong. I guess the reason why I said it didn't feel the same is that like the Cavs like worked up to it. You had all these years of LeBron. You had him getting to. You had like you saw it coming. And then,
Yeah,
of course,
I
he
know what you
left. Of course, he left, so you didn't think it would happen, and then he came back. But it was always Dante. You had LeBron. It was a possibility. You cannot say
There
that
was always there was always a looming curse over the sporting world of Cleveland, and so
that's fine.
While
I'm not from Cleveland, but we're from the same area. But
no, what I'm saying, the
but
fact that,
Indiana
yes,
is the
we had-
singular worst.
Yeah, no, I'll give you that. But what I'm saying is that when it came to that, is that they had Cleveland had LeBron, and it still felt like it's not gonna happen, and like it kept feeling like that. Even think about it. You also have to remember that the Cleveland winning a championship was one game away from not happening.
Yes.
I remember.
That's why
I remember all of it. But what I guess the point that I'm trying to say is there was still success in Cleveland. So there was added heartbreak, but it got close. There was no one on planet Earth who ever thought that Indiana was going to win a national championship, and it happened in 2 seasons, and it really happened in 1 season. Because while we defended Indiana, we heard how they were talked about last year. Like no one thought that they could. No one even thought they would make the playoffs again this year.
I literally
was. There was
waving the Indiana flag on this show. Like what is wrong with everybody?
It's still different because like the Cavs got close. Like other teams who have these things get close or have years of success or have a history where it's like that sort of Indiana had no history. Indiana has never been good at football. Like never, not once good at football. Not in the 30s, not in the 40s, not ever.
Ever.
So like I think that is a thing that sort of adds to this as a unique story compared to other sports stories, even though I may have worded the Cavs thing wrong because that is in a sort of similar vein. But I think that this is a sort of story that I don't think is ever gonna happen again.
To Dante's point,
it's a different type of heartbreak.
Cleveland, and you have the concept that Cleveland sports are not great. I think that the feeling can be replicated with the 2016 championship because of what he was saying.
Because I was saying that at least for the Cavs and stuff like that, and you're saying you're right. There was success beforehand. I'm saying is that there is a different heartbreak with that. Whereas, so as an Indiana football fan, yeah, it sucks, but you expect to suck. You expect to suck.
Yeah.
So
yes.
So with the Cavs, where it's like it's done this over different decades, different eras of Cavs basketball, where it's like, oh, maybe no. Like, especially all of Cleveland.
They kept edging y'all.
Yeah, like the Cleveland Browns used to be called the cardiac kids because they would give you a heart attack because you thought they would win.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah.
That's
that's why I say it's unique. And I'm not comparing which one's worse, but that's why I say it's unique because it's. But to the point, this is a conversation that we actually have had on this show. It's, do you prefer to be the team that gets close and keeps losing, or do you want to be the team that sucks but you win one every 10 years, or however we couch it? Because you do have these teams that get close and get close and get close. You have the Bills their entire life. You know what I'm saying?
For real,
the Bills made it to what, 3-4 straight Super Bowls and lost, and then you get Josh Allen and you think you're gonna do it, and look at what's fucking happened. Like, do you want to be that?
The coach who's responsible for the loss? Like,
the fact that my own mother was like, "This feels familiar," when she was talking about the Bills, and she said, "This feels familiar." I was like, that sucks. She's like, "Yeah, this feels like the '90s. Like, it feels like the '90s."
I remember this story.
I remember this. Yeah, that's what she was saying. I mean, like, I've lived through this already. She's like, "That's crazy that you get to do it too." Like,
I'm screaming.
And it's just funny because it's the conversation that you have with like Ohio State versus LSU. Like, Ohio State wins a national championship like every 10 years, but we get close a lot. So there's a lot of heartbreak. Where LSU will win a national championship, fire their coach the next year, win 5 games, but then they just have a year and they win one. And it's like, which one's better? So like, yeah, I mean, it's different.
I'm a Dallas sports fan.
Added heartbreak of like getting close, of course.
I'm a Dallas sports fan, so I have poverty sports in all iterations. Literally, I think except for hockey, but even in hockey, we didn't make it to the Stanley Cup. I think we made it all the way to the not the finals, but the semis.
Conference.
So I am experiencing poverty sports in all aspects of SMU, I think, is one of the best performing teams in Dallas at this point in time. So I'm just happy when we win something, and that's just where I'm at. I think that's why the championship for the Mavs means so much to me, because that was a championship that we genuinely had no business winning. Like, we were going up against prime Miami Heat, Big Three, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James. That was not a series that we were supposed to win. So I'm like, I appreciate the... We were not even supposed to be there. We were supposed to be there. We swept the Lakers. What the fuck was that? Who do we think we are sweeping the Lakers? Child. So anyways, I think it was, and shout out to my nigga Dirk.
That is like, that championship is like the perfect example of like the saying that I always say of when you talk about who lost, you disrespect the winner. Because I've seen the Mavs talk about that, and then like, you can say whatever you wanted to, but we won that because we fucking game planned it.
They beat them.
Their weakness, we outcoached them. And when you, I get it, it's LeBron and the legacy, and whatever this, that, and the third. It's like, they're like, and literally they defend LeBron. They're like, LeBron was the best player of all time.
He's great.
But he was still young enough, and we had a game plan. We knew his one weakness, and we pressed the fucking button.
Yes.
And that is, like I always say, when you only focus on who loses, you disrespect the winner. Because while you can say they shouldn't have been there and all the other kind of things, and you can talk about LeBron's legacy and stuff like that, that team won that ring. They pressed the button. They found the thing. They game planned it. They did what they had to do. And it's disrespectful that we don't even talk about that, because people only talk about, quote-unquote, LeBron choking.
I never characterized that championship that way because I'm an actual Dallas fan. I just have respect for who the Heat was at the time, and I even remember being my young self. Like, how old was I? It doesn't matter. I was old enough to be conscientious of what was going on the television. Okay, you can do the math. So I was old enough to know, like, oh 16, my god, like, this is a what?
You're like 16.
What'd you say?
You're like 16.
I was younger than that. I was younger. I was in middle school.
2013.
So we won in 2011.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Way before, yeah.
You were in.
It's 15
There's no
years.
way you were in
It's
middle school.
15 years.
I was 17. There's no way you were in middle school.
You are older than me. I was fully in middle school.
Not by that
Fully.
much.
Not by
Wait,
that
in
much.
2011?
Wait,
No.
I'm
You're
in
not
11th
stupid, but you're
grade.
wrong. Because
I'm in 11th
we graduated
grade.
high school in 2013. We
y'all
started.
graduated high school in 2013.
When did you graduate high school?
2012.
But also,
When you graduated in
maybe I was in
2014,
high
right?
school. Was I in high
You
school?
were in high school.
You had to be in high school. Yes.
Yes, dog.
I was like, you are not that much younger than us.
I don't want to talk about this anymore. Okay, so
Wait, you turned 30 this year, right?
Indiana won the national
turned 30 in
championship.
December.
I'm really excited.
Yeah, you were in high school, dog. You were in high
My
school.
fault. October. I was trying
You
to
were
make
in high
you younger.
school.
October.
We only
No,
2
yeah, I
years
don't wanna be
apart.
that.
You were in high school.
I was in 11th
You were a
grade.
freshman. You were a freshman.
I was a freshman. I was a freshman. I was. That's true. No, it was the
Yeah, 'cause
summer
I was a
before I
sophomore.
started high school then.
You were
because
about to be a freshman.
What year did you graduate high school?
2014. No, I was
So
already
on
fully
10
in high
going to
school. That was the
11,
summer before my
11
sophomore
going
year.
to
I was
12,
already fully in high
12
school.
going to 13.
She was
13
about
going
to be in high school.
Yeah,
She was
you
about
were
to
going
be
into
in
your
high school.
sophomore year. You were going into
I
your
was
sophomore year.
Fully in high school.
Oh my God, yeah.
Okay, I'm glad that we got that figured out.
Why do we have to talk
we're-
about my
we're-
age? Anyways, the point I'm getting at is I was old enough to recognize what the
Because she
moment
tried to
was.
say like we was
Obviously,
that much
something-
older than her, and I'm like,
Yeah, you
Yes.
said fucking middle
Honestly,
school. Like,
because
hold on.
I was fucking old as shit. Sorry, I was old as hell. I was
Listen,
drinking my
you're-
coffee already. Whatever.
All right.
Anyway, any motherfucking way. I'm just saying. I remember watching the games and being like, how did we get here? Like, I remember, like, the entire time I was like, this has got to be a dream. Like, this has got to be, like, this is not actually happening. And, like, the reality is we actually got bounced out of the series with the Lakers. And, like, I'm just hallucinating. Like, I remember feeling like that and being, like, a fan and being like, yo, are we really finna win a chip right now? So I already know, like, Indiana, like, the Indiana fans, like, I love that for them. And the fact that they got a delay of game for a noise issue in their own stadium?
I tried to tell y'all Miami doesn't have fans. Y'all laughed at
I couldn't
me. I
believe that.
told you
I
Miami
totally-
doesn't
hold on,
have
hold on.
fans.
it's not even
They were
just
at
that.
home. You not showing up and they at home?
They don't
not
have
that. Now,
fans.
hold on, we
crazy.
should have. The thing is that we should have known this. We've seen this before. Remember during that Big Three Miami Heat phase. Remember how empty those stadiums used to be? You have 3 of the best players in the
Best.
league on your team, and
Miami doesn't have fans.
And them stadiums used to be.
That's crazy because
empty.
Rival Stadium be full. I'm
Yeah,
just
but
saying.
people are like coming into that. Like Miami don't have fans. Like they don't. Like and everyone's talking about surprise. I'm like, it's gonna happen. They don't have a fucking fan base, and that's no disrespect. They don't. And also, they're a small ass school. Like I think people forget it or just don't know it because of the weight their name carries. They are a small private college in Southern Florida. Almost every other college in Florida is bigger than
They're a
them. They just
private
don't have the
college?
money and the things.
They're a private university?
I'm pretty. I could be wrong about them being private,
didn't know
but I
they were
do think
private.
they are private.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't know that. Shout out to them. I mean, that sounds right.
I could be wrong, but I think they're private.
Yeah.
Yes,
it is.
University of Miami in Coral Gables,
It's a
Florida is a
private
private
university?
research university. Yeah, it's a small private university,
I didn't know that.
but
I
the
didn't know that
name
either.
just carries a lot of
I knew they
weight
were small. I
because
didn't know they were
of
private, though.
drugs and
They have a
crime.
huge brand. Yes, they have a
Because of drugs and
I
crime.
wasn't gonna. Yes.
Hey.
Okay. Anyway.
That's what happened.
And it's
I know,
also
but, like,
Southern
why-
Florida.
They have like 10 Hall of Famers and 9 of them are criminals, and I love every single one of them.
Oh, I
They're-
think I saw that the other day. That it was like one particular Miami football team that won the championship. Like 80% of them have either gone to jail or are in jail right
Yes,
now.
Yes.
they're
Yes.
criminals, and the only reason
Yes.
the other ones aren't in jail is because they're Hall of Famers. Ray Lewis didn't go to Miami, did he?
Right? Yes, he
He'd be
did.
down here all the goddamn time. I would
Yes,
hope so.
he did.
He did, right?
Yes, yes.
Ray Lewis
I think
killed
so.
somebody. Like, they're criminals. Like,
The only
but I
person that's
love
not
them
technically a
to death.
criminal is The Rock. That's the only person that's like technically not a criminal is The Rock. and he is a criminal because he keeps putting out shitty fucking movies. So like,
Okay, first of all, we're not going to talk about Dwayne The Rock Johnson's movies. I'm telling you that right the fuck now.
This is not a safe space.
This is not a safe space to talk about Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
He's money laundering. He's money laundering. With all those Netflix movies, it's money laundering.
He's exploiting Kevin Hart.
And now he needs to go to jail for extortion, child.
Thank you, because that's the word I was looking for. I said exploiting, but I meant extorting.
I know you meant extortion.
He's extorting.
Today my name is DJ, the dictionary.
Oh, God. Okay, we're like an hour in, and we haven't actually really talked about Miami.
Why did
Indiana. I don't know. I don't want to talk about the game anymore.
Miami played
this
a
is
really,
so
they played a
fucking
good
cool.
game.
They did, yes, they did.
It was great.
It was a great, really, really great game. Both defenses played very, very well. It really came down to, it really came down to, as long as whoever makes special teams and a mistake.
Because missing a field goal in the Natty,
I feel like.
Come on.
I feel like
that's normal. That's normal.
Yeah. You know what? Y'all keep trying to tell me that missing field goals in college football is normal, and I will never accept that as normal. I don't give a shit. When your only job is to swing your goddamn leg, do it.
If it's a good team, listen, I want you to understand. If they are a championship contender, they're gonna miss a field goal. They're gonna miss a field goal.
Kiss my
ass.
I hate it. I hate it. And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I hate it. I hate that. But also, Carson Beck was due for a pick. Sucks that it was the last play of the game. But
we got 3 of the same games, and all 3 of them were fucking amazing. Ohio State, Indiana, Ohio State, Miami, Miami, Indiana. It was 3 teams with great defenses, with offenses.
It was, but I think he meant the playoffs.
No, I'm talking about I'm just talking about the left and all of them.
Ole Miss.
Yes, but all of them, especially with the offense, all of them swung on little things. Ohio State, Indiana. Ohio State, Indiana swung on missed kicks.
Yeah.
Ohio State, Miami swung on a pick six, and Indiana, Miami swung on a punt block. Touchdown.
That punt block,
and those were, and you could, and all the games you could argue that the team that lost played better for a lot of the game, but they made the crucial mistake.
The one mistake.
Ohio State. Okay, which one? And which game do you disagree?
Indiana and Miami. They played.
You think Indiana was playing better the entire time?
No, let me tell you why I think that.
The entire time.
Let me tell you why I disagree. Let me tell you why I disagree, and then you can tell me if I convinced you or not. When Indiana
all day on the show.
Indiana scored, and they ended up winning, but everything that they did was harder. For Indiana to score, one drive they had to do hold on. You're making face, let me finish. On one drive, they had to get 4th and 5 twice. One drive, they had to get 4th and 5 twice. The last drive to get a touchdown, they had to have 2 perfectly thrown back shoulder catches, and perfect man, everything that they did was harder. They had to execute at a perfect level. When Miami scored, their offensive drives were easier. The players were open. They were getting run after the catch. They had the big plays, the 56-yard touchdowns. When their offense was working, it was working. Indiana, I mean, how often are you going to score when you have to get 4th and 5 twice?
Yeah,
that's why I say
Miami had one drive where it was an easy drive, and it was that 56-yard TD run. Other than that, there was the drive out of half when they went down 3 was an easy drive. No, that took time, and there was a few times they were running. The quarterbacks running around, had to make a play, throwing across his body. They both had hard, long drives to score. It did come down to the block, the pick in the block field goal, block punt, but yeah, both teams.
I think Miami
played really well and made it difficult. Besides the one big play run, that was both teams struggled. Not struggled, but it took effort. It took real effort. Yeah, it took real effort.
Watching that game, it took Indiana to be perfect, and I don't think Miami had to be perfect, especially on offense. I mean, even on the 4th and 5, there was a missed tackle. That's fine. Even on the 4th and 5, the second one there was a missed tackle. He should have been stopped on that. Like the back shoulder, like Indiana's wide receivers weren't open all game. Like they literally had to. Mendoza, I think, completed at or less than 50% of his passes. Like they on offense, but then on the it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That I just feel like Miami, especially on offense, had it a little easier. I think that Miami's defense made Indiana earn it more, and I think Indiana had to literally be perfect, and they had to do things that they've done all year, but you can't expect to do. Like getting 2 4th and 5s, like getting
blocking a punt.
Blocking a punt, like getting 2 back shoulder throws, one of them where you barely get a foot down, and like the guy is literally all over you.
They've been doing it all year.
And that's what
They were the best team on offense on 3rd and long. That's why them going on 4th. That's why them going on 4th and short makes sense because they were doing that all year
4th
round.
and 5 is not 4th and short.
It is for them.
No, it's
they've
not.
Been doing. They've been doing it all year. They
haven't.
They said it in the game.
They haven't. Not only that.
Not only that.
No.
Like, again, you're like. I think Miami played a much rougher game, so it seemed like Indiana had a tougher time. They both had tough times scoring the ball. Yeah. Besides the one Miami long run touchdown. Other than that they couldn't run. Miami couldn't run the ball. Miami really couldn't run the ball. Beck had trouble in the pocket. He was running around for his life.
Well,
it just wasn't Mendoza.
Running for his life for 7 years.
But Mendoza got smacked a bunch of times, so it made it seem like that. They couldn't get a body. They didn't always touch Carson Beck, but when Mendoza, he was getting hit every single time. There was 3 times it should have been late hit or definitely a personal foul because he led with his helmet. Like he led up with his helmet.
Yeah, that was nuts.
That should have.
I was like,
he should have been. He should have been kicked out the game because he literally just launched. He just launched right at him.
And that was the
dude didn't have
I was
a
like,
ball
surely we're calling
or nothing. He didn't have the ball. He just did this and he launched with his head. That should have been an ejection.
Yeah, I can't believe they didn't call that.
I can't. I was flabbergasted. I was like, oh wow, they're really letting them play football, which is fine. I'd rather that than you throwing flags every possession. So like, please don't piss me off.
Yeah,
but I'm like, okay,
at least that one. Jesus Christ! Like, at least
that doesn't mean ignore the obvious. Like, what the fuck is going on? I mean, for me, like, I'm just happy that it was an entertaining game. I think, pretty agnostic about like who. The vocabulary today is fucking nuts. I was pretty agnostic about who would win, but I do love a good fucking story. So I like that this is how the story ends for Indiana. I don't think this is the last time we'll see Miami this close to a championship, if I'm being honest with you. So, I mean, there's nothing to lose.
I hope not. Like, it brings a.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
I don't think this is our last time seeing Miami this close to a championship. Like, I don't think Miami's gonna fall off next year and be like 3-10. Like, they're still gonna be good. They're not gonna be amazing.
Isn't Miami just as old or close to as old as Indiana?
They're not just as, but they're close.
They're one of those. That's why I thought that was a funny little tidbit they kept talking about, like
concept.
how old Indiana was, and I was like, I'm highly sure. Miami's old as hell too. Like they brought in a lot of people too. Like
lots of transfers.
They brought in a lot of transfers too.
And me and Jordan talked about that on our solo episode because I was like, why does everybody keep talking about these? They're old. They're literally the age of college students. Like they're not old. They're just guys who didn't leave early to go to the draft. They just played their entire 4 years. Like I'm confused.
5,
That's not
6
old.
years.
Like,
some of them in there 5.
That's
some of them, but not a large number of them.
Yeah, that's one of those. That's one of those institutional things of like when you talk about like you're a new fan, like that is an old team in college football. But yeah, but it's still bullshit because they both were old.
That's why I was like, why are we only talking about Indiana? Carson Beck's
because they were
30.
looking for reasons to discredit them. Because, and the thing I don't like sometimes about stories like Indiana is that people be trying too hard to fucking act like it's an accident. Like, after a certain point, it's okay to acknowledge that, like, they are in this position that they're in because they deserve to be there, because they've earned it, because they have good coaching, they have the right personnel, they have the right combination of players. Fernando Mendoza is having a great season. Like, all of these things are coming to, and this has been over years. Exactly. Like, he brought some guys with him from JMU when he first got to Indiana. Like, this is over time that this has been built, and now it's all coming together. We don't need to come up with random excuses as to why they're being successful.
What I'm saying is, just like the past 3 champions have been very experienced older teams.
Older teams, exactly. Yeah.
Ohio State was old. Indiana's old. Like,
it's usually the guys who have the most experience, who are obviously, like, who've been to some of these places before, who are going to do better because they've been there before. If you're accustomed to playing the playoffs, you are going to act like you've been there before. Like, the only thing with Indiana, obviously, is that they have like I said, that institutional knowledge of Kurt paired with the veteranness, I guess, if you will, of the team. None of them being like fucking first year guys. But like, we don't need to do all this. Well, it's because they're all older than everyone. It's because they used a bunch of NIL money. It's because of this, because that. No, it's because all of the pieces came together properly, and they're actually good at what they do. They didn't win all these games by accident. They won all these games because they're a good football team.
And I think that's a great point too, because I think there's going to be a lot of teams who try to copy what Indiana did, and they're not going to do it because no one understands what Indiana did. Like, for example, a lot of people are like attributing this to the transfer portal, which is fine, because technically there are a lot of transfers on the roster, but they're missing the point that all of these players came with Kurt from JMU.
With him.
Technically, to Indiana, they're transfers, but these are players that have played together for 4 years in the same offense and defense. It's the I'm not going to name all of them because I don't remember all of them, but like, the main transfers on that team was the running back, Roman Hemby, and the quarterback. Most of that team, and then their right tackle was a transfer from Ohio State. I'm sure there's 1 or 2 others, but most of those good players had played together for 4 years. They're technically transfer players because of the nature of the fact that they started at JMU, but he brought his whole team, and then this is the 2nd year. So even some of the other players that they're saying are transfers are in their 2nd year. It's just like Ohio State, they were saying that people were transferred, but like, one of them was a corner. Yes, he technically transferred, but he'd been there for 3 years. Like, that was his 3rd year at Ohio State last year. So it's just like, people are going to focus on the age, and they're going to focus on the transfers. But I still think that the one thing that combines Ohio State, Indiana, and Michigan is the continuity of the age. It's the fact that their best players had played together for 3 years, and then they came in and they added 1 or 2 pieces. Just like Indiana, Ohio State had 2 big transfers, right? They had the quarterback and they had the running back, but all the wide receivers, most of the offensive line, the defense, almost all of the defense. Indiana, they had the quarterback, they had the running back, and I'm sure there's 1 or 2 other people. I don't remember the whole thing.
And Michigan
has done the same thing. But to the concept of the build, Michigan had most of their quarterback, both their running backs, most of their defense,
and they still cheated, which is what makes this even more comical, because y'all could have just used the continuity, cheating ass niggas.
But regardless, like, I think that people are missing what is actually happening.
They didn't cheat the year that they won the championship?
Going to say that it's just age in the transfer portal. But to that point, if it was age in the transfer portal,
they cheated, so they stopped that year. It was
they got caught like week 3 that year. But like, if age, my last thing is like, the last thing I was going to say with this is like, if age and transfer portal is what won it, then why didn't Oregon win it? Why didn't Ole Miss win it? Why didn't these teams that have like really, really thrived? Why didn't Florida State win it? Like, those
why didn't Texas Tech win it? Hello.
I think that people are sort of missing the point on sort of what is making this.
Continuity
it is
is
age,
always
but
gonna
it's
win.
really continuity more than anything, and then hitting on key transfers and like positions that matter. And I think the thing that people are like entirely fucking missing. It's Fernando Mendoza is going to be the number 1 pick and a Heisman winner. That fucking helps. Like, that helps.
He's the best quarterback in college football, like, inarguably. Like, and mind you, we didn't talk about it a whole lot on the show this season because we just didn't give a shit as much about the Heisman race as we did last year, because respectfully, the race was more interesting. Like, it kind of was for Freddie. I want to call him Freddie Mendoza so bad. It was Fernando Mendoza's Heisman to lose this pretty much this entire year. And it was crazy, and I love this, that people were saying that he might be the first Heisman winner to have his Heisman moment after he actually won the Heisman because of the dive-in touchdown moment. I think that's hilarious. It might be my phone screen for a couple of days because I was just so impressed by it.
Which is funny. I think I'm sorry to cut you off, but I think that even proves how much people weren't really watching Indiana, because the Heisman moment is the drive against Penn State. That game-winning drive against Penn State with that catch in the back of the end zone.
That's also a good one. That's also a good one. But speaking of throwing things in the back of the end zone and completely blowing our minds, can we talk about that Caleb Williams throw? Please! I know the Bears didn't win the game. We're transitioning into NFL playoffs. I know the Bears didn't win a game. But that was easily probably the most impressive thing to happen this entire playoffs. Sorry, that is my opinion.
I just think it's funny because anyone who's watched anything in college football is that's what Caleb does. And I love the conversation. Yeah. I love the conversation around him because everyone's like, oh my God, he's the next great quarterback. And it's like, yeah, in that game he also completed 50% of his passes. Oh, duh, I don't believe that. In the game, he also completed 50% of his passes. He fucking sucked for most of it, but he is a one-of-one talent in certain areas, and he can do things that we haven't seen except anyone who watched it. I saw him do that 3 times a year at USC. That does not make it any less impressive. I would just like us to calm the fuck down and remember that he also completed 50% of his passes, and he needed that because he fucking sucked all game.
He's a second-year quarterback. There's room to grow. This is the worst he'll ever be, and I think that's what's interesting is that we're still in his worst years, and he's doing stuff like that. So imagine once he's genuinely developed and he's had some time under his belt, he's played a few playoff games, he's developed with these guys and played with them for some years, not all of them obviously because things change, but like he's set himself up to be the franchise quarterback for the Bears. So now they're going to have no choice but to build around him, which is the perfect situation for him. So in like 2-3 years he is the best quarterback in the NFL.
No, I wish him all the success though.
Why wouldn't he be? Who would be the
Patrick?
Not him.
Because the main guys who are the best right now are getting old.
To be the best, you have to be consistent, and there's a level of consistency that he's just never.
He's in his second year. That's why I'm saying, like,
but
time goes
you
on.
also have to consider all of his years in college. You don't just become a different player.
No,
like, he's
of course
going
not.
to
But
get
the NFL
better.
is very different from college.
Right, but I agree that he's going to get better, but he has a ceiling because he doesn't have a consistency that he just never had. He's still, today, he plays like he did in college.
He's only 2 years removed from college.
But you don't get to, like, okay.
And the NFL has a quarterback development problem, which we all are aware of. So we also know that as quickly as he should be developing, it's just going to be slower just because
it has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with development. He is a certain type of player, and in that, I think that he is going to be a solid to good quarterback, but he is never going to be the best quarterback in the league. Like that's the only thing.
Mm-hmm. I think it's possible.
And that's
also even that play. I've seen countless quarterbacks do that. Countless in the playoffs, in the regular season.
He's special because of that one play. I think it's more about the circumstances like around it. I think is what makes it impressive, not necessarily in the balls that he had to do it. I think that's what makes it more impressive than the fact that like it actually happened. Right? Like, yes, many quarterbacks have completed Hail Mary passes. But I think it's just that particular moment that solidifies it. And that's why I'm like, I mean, to your point, like, yeah, sure, he probably has a consistency issue, but, like, we're acting like that's something that you can't, like, train out of. He's only in his second year.
You can't.
Yes, you can. You can train to be more consistent.
Josh Allen.
In any sport.
Josh Allen.
What do you mean? Like you can get better.
That's what I'm saying.
But you can't fix it. Josh Allen hasn't fixed it.
It's just like in the reverse.
Allen, so that's a bad example.
But in 3 years you might be saying the same thing about Caleb because
it's the
Caleb's
same player.
Absolute ceiling is Josh Allen. His absolute ceiling is Josh Allen. And his absolute ceiling is Josh Allen.
And Josh Allen is bigger,
stronger,
and faster. Josh Allen is bigger, stronger, and faster. And a better runner.
Josh Allen is in his 77th year of playing.
He's like 6. It's like 6.
That's what I just said.
Okay, all right, my bad. Dak Prescott.
Okay, what about him?
This is the same guy!
He's the same player.
It's the same guy! Kyler Murray! Like, he's
football with the Cowboys. If
Kyler Murray.
We'd be having a different conversation about him.
No, but
we
we're not
would
saying
not.
he's not
No, we
good.
wouldn't.
We're saying he hasn't gotten better. You come in as a certain player and you stay like that. Just to the reverse. Just to the reverse of that.
He's been inconsistent in college.
Everything that they've ever said.
2 years, and he's still inconsistent. It hasn't changed. Same with Josh Allen, Kyler Murray.
Here's another example.
Jay Cutler.
Justin Herbert is another example. Justin Herbert is a quarterback that has a great arm.
Phillip Rivers.
He won't. Justin Herbert won't throw the ball deep, or he won't throw it in tight windows because he doesn't want to throw interceptions. And every coach that he's ever had, says you have the talent, you have the smarts, you have the thing, you have the arm. We want you to be more aggressive, and he won't do it. And it's why they don't win playoff games. It doesn't mean he's not a good quarterback, but Justin Herbert to this day is just a better version of who he was when he came in the league. But he came into the league not wanting to be aggressive, and he's still not aggressive. Caleb Williams is going to get better. I believe that he's going to put in the work. I think he's going to do the things, but there's a cap to it that is going to stop him from being the best quarterback because he does stupid shit. And they're just
he's
not
young.
consistent.
I don't know why we're not.
He's been playing quarterback for 25 years. Just
That
because he's
doesn't
young in the
mean
NFL.
you're going to be perfect at it for the entire 25 years.
Yeah, but you're projecting something that just doesn't happen. We listed 6 quarterbacks who haven't changed their key trait. That is his key trait.
I would say the thing is the best
Y'all can
example
stop
is
yelling at me.
the best example is Dak Prescott. In his first playoff game or series, they had talks like this about him, even though there was nothing really there to show that he could be the best quarterback in the league. But that was the talks, because that one playoff series or playoff game, they were saying that he could end up being the best quarterback in the league. Today, he is still having the same talking points about him. He turns the ball over and he's inconsistent. We are in year 10.
But he's still really good.
You're actually watching the
he's a
games.
good
You're actually
quarterback.
watching the games. A lot of the time, it's so interesting how the quarterback gets blamed for certain things that, like, dead ass do not be his fault. Like, if the ball bounced out of the receiver's hand and then ends up in someone else's hand, that still counts as an interception against Dak. But that doesn't mean he didn't throw it in the right place.
Is the ball behind?
If it bounced off of CeeDee Lamb's hands because that nigga didn't catch it, that's CeeDee Lamb's fault, not Dak's fault.
Yes, that's true.
Because I'm actually watching the games. That's what I'm saying.
But then there are times where Dak turns the ball over and it's his fault. He fumbled it.
Of course that happens.
That's why I said. That's why I'm saying Caleb Williams, Dak Prescott, Josh Allen, all
if he was
same
playing
guy.
with any other team, he would have been considered for MVP.
Okay, but we can flip this on you and say if you
numbers wise, yes, he would have.
But hold on, we can flip this on you and say if you've actually watched Caleb Williams for the last 5 years, you would agree with us. We've watched him more than you. So if you're right about Dak, we're right about him.
I'm not saying you guys are wrong. I just
league,
said that what I believed, and then y'all started fucking yelling. I said what I believed, and I still believe it after the yelling. So, anyway.
I just don't know what he's showing you for you to believe that he could be possibly the best quarterback in the league in a couple years.
I believe
when there's
that
still
the
Joe
league,
Burrow,
the league
Josh
standard
Allen,
for quarterbacks
and
is going
Patrick
down. Let's start there.
is still there.
I mean,
the thing with Patrick though,
we're not gonna do that.
Are you having recency bias?
Actually, I would like to hear it. No, what's the thing with Patrick? I just want to hear it.
I don't have anything against Patrick Mahomes. I'm just not a fan. Like, I don't have anything to be like, oh, he sucks. Like, he's fine. I just don't care. Like, when I'm talking about quarterbacks in the NFL, like, yes, he's a part of the conversation. I just personally am not talking about him because I don't care. Like, I don't have anything against him. I just don't care.
I think that is
it's the same way I felt about Tom Brady. Like, I didn't really respect Tom Brady until after he was done because I was just tired of.
I still don't
tired of
respect
him
Tom
in that
Brady,
moment.
but...
And when I say respect, I just mean his career. I don't mean anything about
y'all
him.
Y'all are definitely much
I just
worse
mean his
than
career.
me because I at least respect LeBron James. Like y'all are much worse.
That's what I'm like.
Me.
I don't have anything against Pat Mahomes.
Tom Brady's a white man.
I don't have anything against Pat Mahomes. I just think he gets built.
I respect greatness when I see greatness.
That too. I think he gets bailed out a lot, number one, and I also I just don't like his style. Pat Mahomes.
Oh, okay.
I just don't like his style. So that's why I'm not a fan.
Patrick Mahomes has been throwing to me for 5 years. I'm sorry. Like, what the
throwing to me is crazy.
Patrick Mahomes receivers have sucked for the last 4 seasons. Literally, hold on.
No, I mean by the officiating, not the
Here's a Super Bowl win, a Super Bowl appearance, and then he missed the playoffs. And now we're talking about, I don't really like to talk about Patrick Mahomes in that conference.
I've never liked him. If anybody who knows me knows that I've never liked him.
DJ, listen, I just want to say, this is why we say you're the biggest hater on the show. And we say it with love, but, like, when you don't like someone, you don't give a fuck what they do. Like,
No,
like
I don't.
Patrick Mahomes could lead... Patrick Mahomes could leave the field, deliver a baby in the stands, sprint that baby to the hospital, and save that baby's life, and you'd be like, okay,
really
so
cool
he
that
did a
he
good
did
thing.
that. I love that for him. Like, what?
Okay, but you're the biggest hater on the show, and we say that with full love.
I'm not the biggest hater on the show.
Oh, God. Okay.
I am not the biggest hater on the show.
You just said fuck Patrick Mahomes because you don't like him.
No, I said I don't talk about him. I don't, like, I just don't care. So when y'all are like, oh, Pat Mahomes, I'm like, well, like, yeah, he's over there. But, like, I'm talking about people who I care
But
about.
Caleb Williams?
I care about Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams, and you said, you want Patty. You just built out by the
Multiple time MVP, though. Multiple time MVP. Like, Super Bowl MVP.
I did not sit here, though. If you notice, though, I did not say Patrick Mahomes sucks. I said I don't care. I didn't say he sucks. I can't take the accolades away from the child. I just don't like him. Personally. Like, I don't like him. And I just believe in Caleb. I believe in the young guys. I believe in the young guys who got the bad raps. Like, I believe in Caleb. I believe in CJ. I believe in motherfucking, what's that child's name? Why is his name leaving my spirit?
I don't know about
When he recovers, Daniel Jones. Like, I believe in him. I think he's going to do good things in Indianapolis when he recovers. Like,
I don't want to talk about Indianapolis.
I know what I'm saying. Like, I believe in the young guys. And I don't give a shit.
I believe more in Washington's quarterback becoming
I believe
the
in
best
the young guys.
quarterback in the league than Caleb Williams.
What
what's
now?
his name in Washington? The Commanders?
Oh,
Jaden
well,
Daniels.
Jaden Daniels, yes. I believe very much in Jaden Daniels. If we're
Has a
keeping
better
it
shot
real,
at
like,
that.
if we're keeping it real, Caleb Williams got to have his moment because Jaden Daniels is injured. Like, let's just be serious. Because Jaden Daniels is, I mean, he is the sensation. Like, he's the, you know.
And honestly,
yeah.
we need all of them to come back and unite because we are not about to have fucking Drake May be the best quarterback in the league. I can't stand that. And he had an excellent fucking season, and it pissed me off because Boston doesn't know poverty. That shit made me so fucking mad.
They have
because
one
Drake
season
May
of poverty, and now they're back in the.
Drake May was so good. Like, he was so good, and it pissed me off because I liked him in college.
They've known
and it's just like, bro,
poverty.
what the Okay.
Where did he play in college again?
North Carolina.
There we go.
And it's fuck him because all of his brothers are like in the North Carolina Ring of Honor, and he's the youngest brother, and he said, "Oh, I don't want to play basketball like my brothers. I'm just gonna go be a fucking NFL quarterback." Fuck him. That shit.
But I'm the biggest hater on this show.
Because it's just unfair. His whole team is his whole.
Did you see this? He has a rant prepared.
His whole family's like 6'5". They got money. They're
He
all
knows
good
information about the
basketball.
people that he hates. I don't even know anything about Pat Mahomes. I just hate him.
I watched this. They're all good at fucking basketball, and then Drake Man's little brother was like, "I don't want to play basketball like my brothers. I'm just gonna go play football." And then
This is bigger than me hateration.
He's the MVP in his second year. That is so annoying. Bro is so good, and it pissed me off.
He comes from
That
a
is
family
bigger
of
than
athletes.
hateration.
That's all
That is
you're
high
saying.
level
Is
hateration.
that he comes from a family of athletes like most professional athletes.
It pissed me
like,
off.
like somebody's mom ran track and the other dude is
It's like something like 80% of professional athletes have like another profestional athlete in their
Yeah.
family. Like, hello.
Why is Jeremiah Smith's cousin Geno Smith? Like, just fucking like.
Yeah, that was crazy to find out.
Yeah, like, all right. Okay.
Genes are concentrated.
Cool.
They're concentrated. It's like the Capulets and the whoever is in.
It's like every actor has every actor you've seen with an actor or something before, or some music artist, like they have connections. So it's never like they popped up. They've always had connections.
Yeah.
They always knew somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody.
That knew Ray J.
But to be fair, I want to be clear. If Drake May was in like the Arizona Cardinals, I'd be happy. He's just on the fucking Patriots. He can't fucking do that. Like, you can't. The Patriots don't
were in poverty, so they earned him.
Whatever, bro. Fuck that. Fuck the Patriots. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
That's what
the
I'm like.
Arizona Cardinals.
I wanted the Cowboys to play more poverty football so we could earn somebody. No, we're gonna fuck around and pick an O lineman in the first round again.
Yeah, we wanted to win a couple fucking games, and we got Anthony
DJ.
Richardson instead of C.J. Stroud.
DJ. Y'all have played some poverty football. It's the people picking. Is the problem. Y'all have had
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
where you
But what
could
I'm
have
saying
picked
is,
people.
we're not impoverished enough. So we're not high enough to where it doesn't matter who we pick. We're not impoverished enough. I want to be top 5 picks. I want to be that much poverty. I don't want to be 12, 13, 11.
What was CD
I want to
Lamb?
be up there. Huh?
Like 11
What was he
or
11,
15
yeah.
or some shit.
11th or 12th.
That's kind of high.
I want to be so high up that the only choice we have is to pick a QB or a running back. I want to be that high up.
Running back.
Are we
That's
picking
where
running backs
I'm
in the
at.
first round? Are we picking running
Yeah,
backs in the first round?
I'm thinking Myles Garrett. You're talking about fucking running backs. Like, I guess y'all did. Like,
We don't have nobody, bro. We need to be so
last
high
one
up.
was
There's
who,
no
Zeke?
choice.
Before what's
Hey,
the name
fucking
from
see.
Boise State? Like, the last person was
No,
like
Ashton
Zeke,
Jeanty,
right?
didn't he go like 3rd or 4th?
I don't fucking
He
know.
didn't go
It was
that
somewhere
high.
high. It was.
Oh
it was
no, I meant the
somewhere
round.
high.
Oh, I meant like Zeke was probably like
No,
the
she
last
meant
one
like
besides-
pick. He was like
Yeah,
the
no,
4th or
that's why I was
5th
like
pick.
Zeke was like the last first round pick besides Ashton.
He was a
Is that-
first round pick, yeah, but he wasn't high.
Yeah.
The point I'm getting at is I want our picks to be so damn high that we can't do stupid shit because it's culturally frowned upon to do stupid shit.
This is
and we're
culturally
that high.
inappropriate. Also, I would just like this. Since
Is
we
it
mentioned
culturally
Zeke,
frowned upon?
since
If you
we
are in the
mentioned-
first 5 picks and you don't pick a quarterback at least, that is culturally frowned upon.
Tennessee,
Or you pick like the
Yeah.
best defensive player,
That
that's
is-
culturally
it's-
frowned upon.
Cleveland,
yeah,
Atlanta.
a lot of people do that.
And look at where they are.
Since we mentioned Zeke, I just have to say I'm so fucking tired of fake statistics. Someone tweeted, and they were like, "With this run, Mark Fletcher Jr. broke Zeke's record for the most runs in the college football playoff." Zeke did it in 2 games. It's not the same playoff.
Playoff was 2 rounds.
It's
Hold
not
on.
the same playoff. Zeke ran for 560 yards in 2 games. Mark Fletcher did it in 4. Like, we need to when it changes, we need to change it. It's just like you can't compare 4 games to 2, dog. Like, it's just. I'm sorry, he broke a different record. It's not the same record. Like, I understand that we're saying the playoffs, but he did it in 2 games, and he did it against fucking Alabama. He had 560 yards in 2 games. We don't have to do fake records,
We don't
bro.
have
Like,
to
we
do
don't.
it. Yeah,
He
no, I agree.
didn't break Zeke's record. He didn't. Like, I'm sorry. And
not
there are
in the
other
same amount of
records that's
time,
just
yes.
like it. Like, it's just like the wide receivers. Like, no disrespect to them, but if you break the record in 18 games and these niggas did it in 12, it's not the
Not the
same.
same.
You know?
And that is okay. And just like the whole like with Indiana, they keep comparing it back to like Yale. I don't want to hear about no 1800s football. I don't want to hear it, okay? They got their 16-0 season, and they're the first ones to do it in this iteration of the college football playoff, and that is okay. We don't need to talk about 1894 Yale when they weren't even really playing with pads for real, and they were all playing concussed as hell.
And they didn't move in the forward
They played
pass.
football
Like,
when the helmets were soft.
They play football when the helmets were also leather. Like, we are not having the
when
same
the quarterback had a
shit.
cigarette mid-game.
When it was actually a pigskin, like, what are we talking about? Like,
Oh,
The
God. Okay, this is good.
goalpost was in front of the goal line.
like, there were no goalposts maybe in certain situations. Like, no.
The niggas was winning games 4-1. There was a different scoring system.
They didn't even have, was touchdowns even 6 points yet? Like, I don't know what's
No.
going on. Like, it's not even regular football at that point. They were still playing rugby, bro. Like, shut up.
Yeah.
This is not the same thing.
Yeah, I just saw that and it pissed me off. I'm like, bro, don't do that. It's 2 games versus 4, brother. It's not the same shit.
We are not even in the same genre right now.
Man is
We're not, and that's
the
okay.
silliest of shit.
Bruh. I just, like...
Josh Allen sucks.
But
Oh,
speaking
yeah, so
of
speaking
Zeke,
of that,
yeah, Josh Allen fucking sucks,
D.I.S.
and
baby.
it's pissing me off because everyone's talking shit about CJ, but it's just
and
like
he was
Josh,
also shitty. I do want
Yes,
to say
he-
space where he was also shitty.
cool.
He had a terrible game.
Agreed,
Terrible
agreed.
Horrific.
He's
Josh
actually
Allen
had
had more
2
turnovers.
terrible games.
2 in a row.
Josh Allen had more turnovers, and he won the MVP and was supposed to win the Super Bowl. Yes, he had 5.
No, the team had 5. He had 4.
No, Josh had. So okay, they have the
Oh,
same
sorry.
number.
We were talking about CJ. Me and Dante were talking about CJ. Sorry.
No, Okay, so then they both had 4. I thought Josh had all 5 of those turnovers.
No,
Josh had 5. CJ had 4.
Cooks had a fumble. That's the
okay. So they both had 4.
Oh,
they both
okay.
had 4. Okay.
Yes.
I could have sworn everything said that Josh had 5.
Only one of them,
all the press said that Josh had 5.
Yeah, all I know is only one of them won the MVP and was supposed to be the Super Bowl favorite. That's all I'm saying. So we can talk about CJ, but we should also talk about Josh.
Kind of nasty though, because all 4 of his turnovers were interceptions.
That's pretty insane.
No, one of them hit the receiver right in the fucking hands, like right in the hands, like right there.
Okay. Oh, and then bounced out, right? Wasn't that the one that bounced out and then yeah.
But the other 3 were tough.
It just sucks because CJ had such a bad game before that you were hoping he would come and like redeem himself.
He doubled the fuck down on a bad game.
It just got worse. But I'm hoping it's like playoff jitters. Like he's only played how many playoff games? Like 4, 5 playoff games or something like that. So
I think it's 3. But it's also just it's not even just that. It's not even just that. It's also like CJ, since he's in the league, has had.
He beat Buffalo. They beat Buffalo in a
last year.
Game.
Last year?
I know. Okay, maybe not. I guess he has only played in 3. You're correct. It's just Buffalo.
Yeah, because they had a different quarterback last year, didn't they? Am I on correct? It wasn't CJ. It was somebody else.
No, CJ.
Or it was CJ.
I think CJ was a quarterback.
I don't think they played Buffalo last year, did they?
Yeah, I know Buffalo lost a playoff game to the Texans. I just thought that was recent.
That wasn't with CJ. I don't think that was with CJ.
Okay.
But yeah, like it's just like, listen, you will not hear me defending his performance, but like people are just talking about it, and it's just like CJ had since he's been in the league, he's had the 30th to 32nd worst running game in the league. He had a bad offensive line the year before, and then they traded their best player. And in that game, he was out his top 2 wide receivers. So like there are circumstances that led to some of it.
They did. The
like
Texans
some
had a lot
of
injuries. Yeah.
Like 2 of those interceptions were like you maybe shouldn't have thrown that, but they were also the coverage was no one was open. Mm-hmm. One of them was just fucking idiotic, bro. Like, take the fucking sack, dog. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Just take the sack. And then the other one hit the receiver in the hands. But part of the interceptions in that is, as you do in the NFL, you're throwing in the tight windows against players who make money, but he's throwing in the tight windows because no one was fucking open. And he didn't. And so, like, the situations matter, but also he's a fucking quarterback who was drafted number 2. You shouldn't play like that. My only conversation was, just as bad as we should be talking, as bad as you want to talk about CJ, you should talk about Josh worse because he's been there longer. He's won an MVP and he is expected to win a Super Bowl. And also,
especially
of the quarterbacks
this year when all of your obstacles are not here.
Were younger. Every quarterback in the playoff outside of him was in their 2nd or 3rd year. Bo Nix, 2nd year. Drake May, 2nd year.
Herbert,
CJ, 3rd. Yeah, he's a little older, but he's still younger than Josh. Like all of your competition was fucking out. And
Aaron Rodgers as well was like 4,000.
473 million years old.
You're right. But But yeah, so okay, this show is running long as fuck. So let's any final playoff or Josh Allen thoughts?
I just am so happy that I have been vindicated because this has been documented for 52 weeks straight last year, how much I was not feeling the Josh Allen propaganda and glazing. And so I feel very vindicated, and I saw what I saw, and I had said what I had said it. He did not deserve the MVP.
DEI
Everything
MVP.
That
Affirmative action MVP.
They very that. He got the perfect fucking storm of circumstances to drag that booty cheek ass Bills team to a fucking Super Bowl. They would not have won it. Sorry.
They're not that bad.
They had a top 5 defense, the number 1 rushing game, and the number 1 offensive line.
Well, I think the Bears had the number 1 offensive line. No, sorry. I think the Bears had the number 1 rushing game.
They had the number 1 rusher. Brandon Cooks.
The Bills?
Rushing. He led the league in rushing. Brandon Cooks.
Josh Allen. It's James Cook, but yeah.
James Cook. Yeah, he led the league.
He did lead the league in rushing.
I thought you meant Josh Allen, and I was like, what?
Yeah, he was fucking, and everyone's like, "Oh, this team sucks." It's like, nigga, he ran for 1,600. What are you talking about?
What do you want, Tim? Here's the thing: when I say booty cheek, I'm really more so discussing like the fact that they keep trying to act like everybody but Josh Allen on that team sucks, and that's not true. But like, if y'all want to call them booty cheeks, cool, let's call them booty cheeks. Like, I'm just saying, you were going to drag this team to the Super Bowl. That was what you were expected to do because everybody around you sucks and you need more help. This is what the media is saying, right? Everybody around Josh Allen sucks. He needs more help.
Including
he just can't get anything done because he doesn't have enough help. Mind you,
who rushed for over 100 yards
I think,
in the game.
I also think it's funny that they're like his wide receiver sucks, and Patrick Mahomes won a Super Bowl with one
with
wide
nobody.
Receivers.
He won a Super Bowl with one guy with 3 fingers. What are you talking about?
Not even just nobody. With the guy who's on the Bills right now. Patrick Mahomes won a Super Bowl with him.
With him.
Like, with that guy, actually.
What conversation are we This is what I'm saying. Based upon the media, the Bills suck. They don't have nobody but Josh Allen. He's the next God-given talent to the sport of football in the history of ever. And now he doesn't have his main rival because he tore his Achilles, right? Is that what happened to Pat Mahomes? Whatever. He don't have his main rival. Now, motherfucking the Ravens, you know what they do. They're going to choke every single time for some stupid-ass reason. They can't make it past the same level each time, and sometimes it's our fault and sometimes it's not. And so, hello, it's the perfect storm of everything that you need. It's the perfect storm. And you still
all I know is Joe Burrow made the Super Bowl before Josh Allen did. And Joe Burrow's only been injured like 1 year of his career.
Like, where is Josh? Where is Joe Burrow even playing now? Is he a Bengal? Is that where he is?
He's still a Bengal. He's just always injured.
Still a Bengal.
He's just always injured. Poor thing.
Yeah.
It's just I'm just tired of the Great White Hope Josh Allen nonsense. Like, I'm tired of it. I'm exhausted with the Great White Hopes in general. Like,
I'm tired.
Okay. The face of the league
I'm tired
could be
of these
kid.
if
It's
mans, man. I'm tired of these if mans.
What if?
Same.
What if? Shut up.
If he didn't have this, if he didn't have that.
I have to say this. Phillip Rivers, Jay Cutler, Dak Prescott, Josh Allen.
And here's the thing. We talked about it because this is one of my favorite things to like talk about, and so like I know me and Dante talked about it before. We're in another like age of the quarterback sort of thing, right? And
that's what I was trying to say.
Some of those quarterbacks.
Williams ain't gonna be the top guy. Like,
right, that's what we was talking
still
about.
Talking about the quarterbacking in NFL was changing. Y'all didn't let me talk. Go ahead.
And in that. And all of these eras, someone doesn't win a ring.
Oh, yeah, there has to be somebody who doesn't
And so
win.
when we were talking about Joe and Lamar and Patrick and Josh and Justin and all these people, I'm like, I was just very interested. It was just like, which one's not going to win the ring? Like, which one is going to be that guy that people is going to go down as an all-time great? Well, yes, but like, so like in the other era, right, Peyton has... 2. Tom Brady has like 1,700. Drew Brees has 1. Ben Roethlisberger has
42.
Fucking 2 or 3 or some shit.
You know he knows.
2, 3
so
years.
John's like, it's only been 2.
Of that era of quarterbacks, isn't it only Phillip that doesn't have a ring? That's like in that conversation.
No, it's like a small list. It's not just Phillip, because I know what you're referring to. It's like a small list of quarterbacks who.
But like, who else at that time would be in that generation?
Jay Cutler, Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan is on the list. Matt Ryan's on the list. But there's like, it was like 4. I know
there's
this was like 4 quarterbacks who were like
Donovan McNabb.
Big name guys.
There's a lot of quarterbacks that I can think of.
Yeah.
It's a list, is the point. It's a list. Because somebody has to lose, because, especially in that era when the same guys are winning over and over again, like, somebody has to lose. Like, it just...
And, like,
just
Patrick is going to win another one or 2. Honestly. Like, he's going to bounce back because he's fucking young. All right, so this show's going long. Let's get out of here. Who do you have in the Super Bowl? I'm sticking with my pick of the Patriots and the Rams. I don't know if I said it on the. I don't know if I said it on the show. I don't know if I said it on the show, but I said it like before the playoffs started to a couple people. I picked the Patriots and the Rams. I'm going to stick with the Patriots and the Rams.
We're going to see a Super Bowl rematch from years ago. It is going to be Seahawks Patriots.
Okay.
Seahawks Patriots.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Have you seen that Seahawks defense?
I have. I have, but I'm sticking with my pick. Matthew Stafford's gonna win MVP. He's gonna win the Super Bowl. He's gonna retire. And he's gonna solidify. And it's gonna be Matthew Stafford.
I'm gonna go off the beaten path because I always.
And it's gonna be Matthew Stafford because Matthew Stafford got first team All Pro. And if Drake May wins it, this is gonna be the second time ever that the quarterback who won the MVP also didn't get first time All Pro. Which the first time it ever happened was last year.
No, because he didn't.
Drake May should be all pro. Like, he's had.
Well, here's the thing. That's fine. But you also have to remember MVP awards are narrative, Matthew Stafford is 45 and has never won it, they're
700
going to
points.
say that Drake May can win it again. And whether it's true or not, and once I always thought it was going to be Matthew, but once they gave Matthew Stafford first team All Pro, Matthew Stafford's winning it because what's going to happen? Their seasons are close, they are good, and they're gonna do the age thing even if they don't do it intentionally. They're going to say it's more impressive, and they're going to say he doesn't have another chance to do it. Now we can argue if he should win or not, whatever. But Matthew Stafford's going to win the MVP.
If there's a DEI MVP that I'm okay with giving, it's Matthew Stafford. I ain't gonna lie.
Obviously, we started that trend last year. We were tired of awarding the Negroes.
Well, I feel like Matthew and Drake. I think it's a lot closer than Lamar and Josh was.
Oh yeah,
like, I think this one's a lot closer. I don't think Drake ran away with it like people were saying he did. Like he deserves it, but I think Matthew's a lot closer. Especially than Josh was to Lamar.
So, I agree.
Josh and Lamar wasn't even a fucking conversation. Like, you look at all the stats.
Like,
they were making up fucking statistics to say why Josh Allen won.
They literally made up a statistic I've never seen before. I'll never forget. I was with my coworker, and he was like, did you see this? And I was like, is that a real stat?
What does that mean?
What are we talking about? I can't remember what the stat was, but I remember being.
Was it the arm punch stat?
Something like
shit.
That was crazy. But anyway, his PR is insane. I was gonna say something stupid, and then I realized Bo Nix broke his ankle. So I'm gonna say Seahawks and Patriots too.
Okay.
I would say Seahawks and Patriots too. I was gonna say Broncos if Bo Nix was a part of the equation.
There's no one here beside.
But
if Bo Nix didn't get hurt, it would have been a different rematch.
I would have picked the Broncos for sure.
Broncos Seahawks.
Yeah, I would have picked the Broncos. But I also feel like that might be a little revenge moment for them. Like, I don't know, but I'm gonna go with. The problem with me is that I can't root for the Patriots, and this still feels like rooting for them by picking them, which is why I don't want to pick them.
Yeah. I love that y'all are rooted in reality, and you are probably right, but I'm going with the Hollywood story. Matthew Stafford's winning the MVP, and he's going to win the Super Bowl, and he's going to retire.
Defense is good enough to stop the Seahawks offense.
I'm also going to complain
that the Seahawks defense can stop anybody.
I'm also going to complain that on Sunday, January 25th, these games are on different channels, and they're the only two games on Sundays. Why are they not a back-to-back on the same channel? I don't like that. And I thought they was going to
do the silly shit and do Saturday night, Sunday night.
They're giving us both games on the same day. So Sunday, January 25th, Patriots and Broncos at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then Rams and Seahawks at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The first game is on CBS Paramount.
Don't be mad. I get to go to bed at a reasonable time.
Yeah. I'm glad they started doing that. Once the Super Bowl stopped starting at 9. Dante, I know you don't watch UFC as much as I do. Did you see that they moved the start time up?
No, but that's
lovely. My God!
Because why are the fights starting at 10:30 p.m.?
Oh, bro!
11 o'clock at night. Like the fuck is going on?
Because like when we were in Columbus, we would have fight parties. It's like, what time should I come over? 10 o'clock? Like, nigga, what
12.
the fuck?
Get here at 12.
By the main event, we're all getting ready to go.
We didn't drink all the drinks. We didn't eat all the snacks.
Niggas got their Colton cheese on by the door.
We smoked all the blunts. We have done everything.
Like rubbing the fight, like if the fight's good, I'ma stay, but if it's not, I'm about to leave. Like it was fucking nuts. Okay, 2 minute drill. No, dead ass. Like, hey, don't forget to let me know when you get home. Text at 10 o'clock in the morning. My bad, bro. I fell asleep. I understand because I was asleep before you got home too.
As soon as the last person walked out the house, I'm out.
Barely put the food up. Like barely put the food up. Like
there is no food. You ate all the snacks waiting on the game to start. You ate all the snacks waiting on the fight to start. There is no food.
No, we always went crazy and had way too much food. But
you couldn't let me get my joke off. It's time to wrap it.
Last two in the report. I wasn't trying to ruin the joke. I was just speaking to the fact that like my wife likes to have people over, so we always had too much food. Like we was like
way too many snacks.
My wife had Shorty had a I think it was our Halloween party. She made 3 different types of cinnamon rolls, and like that was just the dessert. Like that was just the we had other food. we were like giving shit away. It's like, please, sir, take it. It's like, no, it's like, no, like, please, can you take this? Like, this is why I'm fat. You saw me on my wedding day, nigga. It's like, it was because Dante wouldn't take cinnamon rolls home. It was all his fault.
First of all, I
had to eat cinnamon rolls.
On his way
yes, I was. Yes, I was.
Large, but you were not fat.
I appreciate that. I was.
You
fat.
are not fat.
You remember when we was talking about our friends with the reason we was fat because they wasn't honest to us? This is real life. I appreciate you, but I was fat as shit. When I come to Texas, you look like.
It was like, bro, I can't believe y'all didn't tell us we was big like this. Like,
yeah, god damn.
It was COVID. It's fine. It was post-COVID.
Yeah.
Like immediately, like it's fine. You were
I was big before COVID.
You were shaving off COVID weight.
I was big before, during, and after. So I just stopped being big.
He was like, "Bitch, the fuck you mean? I just got skinny this year." He said, "I am not new to this. I am true to this fat boy life."
Hey, I saw a number on the scale. I ain't seen it in a minute. I said, "Oh."
Wow.
I forgot that number. I forgot I can see that number.
You can see that number.
I was starting to think I was so fat. I was so fat that my weight loss goal was still fat. It's just like if I can get to this number, I'll be good. And that number was still fat.
It's time for we have to wrap this shit up. We have lost half our viewers at this point. They are not listening to us anymore. When we started arguing about Caleb Williams, they were already ready to cut this shit off. We have got to wrap this shit up. That nigga said I was so fat, weight loss.
He's like, I had to lose some weight so I could get the surgery. That's what he was saying. Like,
oh my goodness. Now niggas is coughing because we're unk. It's uncle for real. So
my last 2 minute report will be quick. I went to a St. John's Seton Hall basketball game last night.
Women's or men's?
It was men's.
Okay.
That's why I want to talk about it. It was a great game, and I don't like men's basketball. The women's would have been better, but it was a really good game. Seton Hall went up like 11 the game, and then and obviously it was at home because we were in New York, Madison Square Garden. This is my first time in Madison Square Garden for a basketball game. I get it.
Oh, it was an MSG.
St. John's plays at MSG. I get it. That is a perfect basketball arena.
How cool
I was there for the Megan concert, but never for a basketball game. The acoustics, the crowd, it was fire. Those are 2 good teams. And the game came down it had crazy runs. It had but it was a men's college basketball, so of course it had 6 minutes where nobody could make a shot. But we had
basketball in general.
St. John's came back down from double digits and won late, so it was really fun. And I don't
watching basketball before March is truly impressive. I can't even believe this.
My friend invited me and bought the tickets. I mean, I paid him back, but he was just he was just like, "Do you want to do this?" And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds interesting." He's like, "I just bought the tickets," and I was like, "Okay, well, I guess I'm going."
He's like, "We're doing a sporting event, cool."
Yeah, I don't turn down sporting events, but yeah.
I don't turn down.
I turned down the sporting event, but I'll tell you about what happened with that offline.
Yeah, it was fun. That's it. That's my last 2 minute report. I went to a St. John's Seton Hall basketball game.
My last 2 minute report is that when Paige Beckers plays with people who actually know how to play basketball with her, then good things happen. She had a 37-point game in Unrivaled this past weekend. She also is the Unrivaled assist leader with 34 assists in her first 2 weeks, and she won the free throw competition that they were running. So basically they had a free throw competition for the first 6 games. Whoever had the best free throw percentage won $50,000 on top of the money that they're already making, and Paige Beckers won it. She went 13 for 13 free throws at 100%, and she found out that she won the free throw contest after the most recent game where she had 37 points, and she was so excited, and I just was laughing at the internet because the internet was like, I bet you all the girls at Unrivaled were like, Paige is the last person who needs a $50,000 check. And I just thought that was so funny because, yes, she probably is the last one out of all of them that needs a $50,000 check.
Easily the last one. Easily.
Literally. But I think that this strengthens my case for what I was saying the last time I spoke about Unrivaled, which is that Paige is going to win the one-on-one competition. To me, the only person who she may not be able to beat at this point is Chelsea Gray. That's all. Only because Chelsea Gray is doing consistently better than her in one-on-one matchups. So I feel like if it came down to it, if they were in different legs of the tournament and they had to meet each other, I don't feel like she would beat Chelsea Gray unless it's the final. But even still, I would like to see it. She probably wouldn't beat Chelsea Gray. So I'm hoping that is the final because that would be the most fun. Or that they at least end up on similar legs of the tournament so they can play each other at some point.
Yeah.
But the tournament starts February 3rd, I think.
That's insane.
So, well, the season's only 2 months. So
yeah, it's short. It's short.
Yes, the 1-on-1 tournament starts February 3rd because that's the official halfway point of Unrivaled. But yeah, Paige Beckers.
Although rumors are we may be getting a lot of Unrivaled this year because
so
if
Natasha spoke
doesn't come
so
back.
out of turn when she said that, and I'm like not a fan. Okay, actually no. Let me not talk about Natasha like that. I think Natasha meant well when she said what she said on the podcast of like, if it comes down to it, could we play Unrivaled year round? Yes, we could. Because she's not wrong. They own the space that they play in. They own the league. They make all the rules. They absolutely could play year long if they wanted to. I understood her sentiment in saying that. I just think it's also kind of disingenuous because the WNBA is 156 people and only like 40 of y'all are playing in Unrivaled. So like... what happens to the other women's jobs? Like
I didn't take it that way. I took it as in like when like LeBron was fucking trying out for football during the NBA lockout.
Yeah.
I took it as like a 1 year thing. Like we could play more this year until it was signed, not like a taking over the W thing.
And I knew it should be too. A lot of people took it that way. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, that shit would suck for, like you're saying, the rest of the.
Because like Asia's not in that league. You know what I mean? Like Caitlyn, I don't give a shit that Caitlyn's not in it, but there's a lot of people who care that Caitlyn's not in the league, or like Angel's not playing in that league this season. So it's like, yes, y'all could play year round. However, like we can't ignore the fact that there are certain draws to the W that are currently not in Unrivaled, and that's okay. Like, because I would even argue that some of those draws are also in AU. So,
yeah,
you know, but I agree with the sentiment that like the WNBA does not need to act like they're the only league in town because they're not. Like, respectfully, they're not. There's the other league that I can never think of, the one that's overseas and signed like 3-4 people already. I can never think of what it's called. Project B. There's Unrivaled. There's AU. Girl, you either gonna give them the revenue share that they're asking for, or you're not at this point. Like, and if that's and you can fold too, because clearly leagues can be built and they can have the Unrivaled stands to make $40 million this year. Hello. So, anyways, don't get me started. Shout out to Paige Beckers.
My last 2-minute report is gonna be real quick. I'll just say this for two things for the ball and gun gamers out there, and one. Be prepared that Grand Theft Auto 6 is not coming out this year. It's not coming out this year.
They already said it's not.
They haven't officially said that. No, they haven't officially.
Oh, I just heard it was delayed, so I assumed 2027.
It's still supposed to be November 2026, but it's
that's 2027.
And most games come out around that time anyway. And also be prepared for that game to not be a 10. It's probably going to be a 7.
Oh, you mean on the scale? Okay.
Yeah, because it's I think it's going to fall under the same problem Kingdom Hearts 3 had in other games, that it took way too long to come out, and now the expectation is way too high for them to meet. The game will probably be good, but it's going to be looked at as a 7 because of what people's imaginations has built for this game. So,
and because of what they built previously. They have given us such robust games previously, and what's been happening also in the gaming industry that's starting to piss me off is that they're selling us stuff for the same price or even more and giving us less content in exchange. So it's like, yes, we're used to a very expansive game. When you think of GTA, you think of unlimited possibilities and a very, very robust, long story. So it's like, if we're not getting those things,
we're going to get the story. We're definitely going to get the story.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's not coming the same way that we know what GTA to be, which we know, you and I both know it's not going to be that. Yeah, of course people are going to be pissed. Like, this game is huge, and they're going to charge $150 a pop for people to have it. So it's like, if I'm going to be paying this crazy-ass price for this big-ass game that I've waited 10 years for, it better be fucking amazing. Like, sorry. Yeah. You have to have high expectations.
And Grand Theft Auto doesn't do anything innovative. Rockstar doesn't do anything innovative
not at all
to Grand Theft Auto. Well, at least comes to Grand Theft Auto. So, and the fact that you've been playing, it's sad because you've been playing Grand Theft Auto 5 for about 10 years, 3 different console generations. So when you get Grand Theft Auto 6 and it's the same type of gameplay, because it's always been that for Grand Theft Auto, people are going to look at it like nothing has changed. And it's like, of course nothing's changed. It's Grand Theft Auto.
It hasn't been changing this entire time. The biggest thing with Grand Theft Auto, though, is that they try to innovate at least a little bit each time. Like, I am genuinely interested in how they're going to have a female protagonist and how the story will be adjusted, huh?
It's not the first time.
Oh, did I say first time? I didn't mean to say first time.
I was like,
Yeah,
the
because I was
first
like-
Grand Theft Auto had a female male.
It had a female protagonist, but like that was
She was the main character.
30. That was 30 years ago, and she was the main character. But it's
And then
just going to be
three
different.
had a main character woman. She wasn't the main character. But
She wasn't the main character. But from what I understand, it's like you can play the game as either a man or a woman. Like, it's not, like, it's gender neutral in a way where, like, the story is not based around that person's gender, allegedly. So, I'm interested to see how that works. But to your point, they're only going to innovate, like, 2 or 3 things. Like, it's not about...
Assassin's Creed
totally
Valhalla was like that, and it pissed people off.
Yeah.
And then Valhalla is like, what, 70 hours? 100 hours?
Valhalla's... That shit's
Like,
long
that game
as
is long. I never played it because I kept hearing how long the game was. I was like,
I haven't finished it yet. I'm like really
Neither has
far into
Brandon.
it.
He said 70 hours.
Yeah, it's just
Neither
long.
has
You are writing a
Brandon.
paper with 150 resources. You don't have time to be playing no 70 hours.
Oh,
I'm
God.
playing a 100-something long hour game that has the same gameplay loop. You lost your mind. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna need it. You're gonna have to keep me entertained for 70 whole hours. Like, that's nuts. And 70 hours, I'm assuming, is on the fast end. So really, we're talking 100, 125 if you're a casual gamer. You're gonna have to keep me entertained.
yeah.
Anyways, what's your second thing?
Oh, that was.
The
Oh,
first
that
thing
was
was
it, yeah.
GTA.
No, there was 2 things about GTA. It's that it's
Oh,
probably
I
not
thought
gonna
you-
come
oh,
out
okay.
this year, and it's probably going to be a 7. Like,
Oh,
prepare for
heard. Okay.
it. Won't be the greatest game since the greatest game. It just won't be.
I think we're past that era.
It's gonna
to be
have the
honest.
name. It's the name for it's gonna give it the hype. Like, it's probably gonna win Game of the Year because it's Grand Theft Auto, but it won't be Game of the Year. It probably won't be Game of the Year.
What is game of the year at this point though? Because like it's all
Ghost of Tsushima.
who?
The first Ghost of Tsushima was Game of the Year.
Oh,
quality.
Ghost of Tsushima. Oh.
Elden.
I don't know what won, but that shit was fire. I need the second one to come out. I'm very excited about that.
It's been came out. Where have you been? Ghost of Yote.
Well, I told you about the game. What?
Oh yeah, Ghost of Yote
He
came
said,
out months ago.
listen.
I have Ghost of Yote. That game came out months ago.
Okay, it's time for me. To
As
answer.
DJ said,
So-
I'm writing a paper with 150 sources or some shit. I'm gonna buy that game for my birthday to celebrate the fact that I finished my paper. Anyways, this podcast wasn't supposed to be 2 hours. This is what happens when all fucking 3 of us haven't been on here in forever. We did the damn thing. If you're not listening, if you're still listening, thank you. But also, if you're still listening, please tell your fucking friends to listen. We're gonna be here all off season. We're gonna be talking about all things, and because it's 3 of us, the podcast is going to be better in the off season because
I mean, have you seen the
sometimes
foolery
the
that has
off-season
occurred
is
on
hard.
this episode? You want to watch us for all season,
You do.
off season, where
And-
we have
and-
less structured things to talk
Let
about.
Royal Rumble
Yeah.
stink next weekend.
Yeah.
Let the
Listen.
Royal Rumble stink
We'll be here
next
all
weekend.
day.
Because
Oh my
during-
god. Woo!
During college football season, we run a tight ship. When it's
Well,
not
it's a
college
very
football
strict
season,
program.
it's we do what we do. And as a reminder, one of our co-hosts, DJ D for Dictionary, has presented a new thing that's going to happen at some time during the fucking off season, where we're going to be talking about sports documentaries.
Yay! Yes,
That
the
is
sports
the one.
documentary
That is the
series.
one thing that we've said we're going to do in the off season that all
She
of
was
us
like,
remember.
"What?"
Because we've all said we should talk about this in the off season, and I'm sure we forgot all of it, but we're gonna remember that one. So we'll see you next week. Thanks for listening to 2 hours.
The fact
2
that we
hours is
both
nuts.
were lost.